I'll start the stream with the pre-thing.
I have a rules question, Mikhail.
Mm-hmm.
I see the charged helmet that Frida just picked up. It's in the chat there. Do those bonuses stack with the bonuses she gets from her actual weapon training? Like for the rank 2 attack is modified by +1, rank 3 you get a D8. Would that stack with her bonuses she gets from her sword fighting talent?
That's a good question.
If so, that's awesome.
If so, that's awesome. And fearsome, right?
If so, that plus Malagar makes me really broken.
Chop, chop, chop.
And not just because you're missing toes.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know how people play that.
Compensating for it has made me even more deadly.
Usually what they say in the rulebook is very specific. Like, you can't combine this with that or so on. So
if it doesn't say I can, I probably can.
That's a possibility. Let's hope you don't get into any fights today.
Because that's totally going to happen.
Frida, not get into a fight? What do you think I am?
Fighty?
Let's try not to get into any fights for 2 more days.
Yeah, I agree.
Aren't we literally next to a Rust Brother encampment? How am I not going to get into a fight?
No, it's the ferry crossing. It's not necessarily a camp.
Still, they're right there.
Yeah,
I'm not going to not get into a fight.
Technically, they're actually 20 kilometers away or something like that, so not quite next door, but a bit.
Close enough to be fun?
Maybe, yes, maybe.
Come on, the more enemies there are, the more bonuses I get.
This is true.
When you have no regard for your character's life at all. Honestly, the way I see it is if Frida goes out overwhelmed by a mob of Rust Brothers, she'd die happy.
Damn it, we need that sword, damn it!
All the more reason to recover my body.
Exactly.
Other than just using it as a zombie shield for Brighton.
Just going to say, you mean raised body.
I mean, there's always the possibility to just run away.
As long as you remove and consume my heart, you can have what the rest of the body to do with as you please.
Don't be writing such an open-ended check.
I
All right.
fully expect her to become zombie wolf.
We are back live with a not yet zombie wolf in the form of Jess's character Frida, which we will introduce in a moment. Yes, indeed, we have a different overlay tonight because we have not just one potential guest, but two who will join us at dramatically appropriate moments. It seems like someone has turned up a hornet's nest. I don't know who that could be. It certainly couldn't be any of the adventurers, right? Yeah.
Not us.
No.
Don't look at me. It was the one-legged wolf.
Exactly. Must be.
It's always my fault. I've accepted that. I'm fine with that.
We can use that as a rule of thumb. Anything happens, it's Frida's fault.
Frida's generally probably written a check with their mouth that she's not sure she can cash.
I mean, they're not even aware of me. They're looking for a bard. Yeah, like this humanish bard.
There you
And
go.
honestly, out of all of you, I stand out the most.
Not at
So
all.
even if it's
Just-
not me that's caused the shit, it's
Just-
me they're gonna check.
just tall, white-furred, with a very distinctive sword. No, that's not going to make anyone remember you at all. Let's introduce everyone. On the left, Josh, as always.
Hey folks, Josh LaPointe. I'm playing Raynor, the half-elf frailer sorcerer.
Jessica LaPointe, I'm playing Frida, the bloody demon slayer wolfkin. Did I have earned that title?
Worked really hard for it.
Chris Vajera playing Soren. Used to be an archer, getting well equipped with the sling after losing a couple of fingers.
Well, you'll be an archer again soon enough.
2 days.
Once your hand stops aching.
Adapt to
days.
overcome.
2 days.
And I'm Michael B. Berthew, playing Celestial Passage, everyone's favorite druid who's just going, what the fuck is going on? But at the same time, at least I'm not being hunted because I'm not a bard.
Exactly. And indeed, we have guests who will show up at dramatically appropriate moments. I do believe I said that before, didn't I? Yes, I said that before. I'm a good boy that way.
Poor Chris is just having withdrawals from his bow.
Pretty much.
Right. Yep.
Okay. So, do we? First, of course, Eldag Productions does all the overlays. Use her. That's I'm gonna say. Show is rated R, fantasy western. As if directed by Tarantino, there will be blood. There will be terrible people. Some of them might die. Some of them might triumph. This is not necessarily an optimistic tale. Who knows what will happen? So I suppose we jump right into the synopsis. Who's going to do the synopsis this time, I wonder?
The intrepid adventurers made their way back towards the north, looking to find a crossing to the river, coming across the bridge just outside Oaker's Creek. The party decided to split up just long enough to find out what was what, so that they didn't necessarily draw the attention of the Rest Brothers by having, oh look, there's the exact group of people we're kind of looking for walking around. Which was good, because we found out that even though the descriptions are terrible, and the artwork might only apply to 2 out of 4 of the regular party members, there are definitely wanted posters out for members of this party. While shopping through the market in the outskirts of Oaker's Creek, the adventuring band came across another adventuring party who apparently had been sent to deliver a message to them, an offer of work from a mysterious librarian. Somehow, despite statistics being completely against our favor, Soren managed to get several pieces of gold out of them as a prepayment, as well as arranging to have them meet us in Reddale after we gave our tentative answer for their master.
It's because I'm secretly a bard.
I really don't,
Exactly.
honestly.
Don't you have the lowest empathy of all of us?
Hell yes.
He's tied with Soren, or he's tied with Brainard. I mean,
How does the dumbass wolfkin who can't put together two sentences without offending somebody have higher empathy?
Because it wasn't a strict dump stat.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
Following that was a mostly uneventful day and a half journey through the woodlands north and west of Oakers Creek, trying to skirt around the forest and find pass by Hagler's house, as we heard there's things going on in that environment that we might be able to throw a wrench into the Rust Brothers' plans. When there, we ran into a bunch of snobby human cavalry. I mean, wonderful people who are definitely our allies and friends.
Snobby? I don't know. Snobby? I don't know. Okay.
I'm going off what Soren told me. He knows them intimately.
Okay, fair point. Fair point. Fair point.
I mean, all humans to me.
That's also a fair point.
Yeah. As we talked about the possibility for a raid against the ferry itself with them, we went back to their camp and basically called it a night with a training montage.
Yes, whereupon someone finally learned how to charge with a sword in her hand as she is hobbling about, still suffering from the wounds from...
overcome that broken foot.
You can't be dumb forever.
It's not broken. It's missing.
Yeah.
I think we left it in the mines like a month ago.
It's not the whole foot. It's just
it's just
the first
couple
third.
of toes.
It's the first third, like all the toes and usually the plant point on your ball.
Yeah, it's like the first. It's you let. Yeah, it's about 2.5 weeks ago. I think you were in there. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Game time.
It was before we did the made all the pale hexes that ran down towards the river and then made a loop up around.
Yep. Yeah, you've been on a traveling foot. That's for sure.
We've been on it for a while. Yeah.
And there is where we pick up the action with you staying the night in the Asleen camp, and
That doesn't make me nervous at all.
So, is someone gonna put up guards here? Is that what we're saying?
You're fine. You're religious like they are.
I have a religion. It doesn't make me religious. There's a difference.
No, there's not.
Are you really looking down on me because I have a religion?
Yeah, it's really hard for him to look down on you. You'd have to climb a tree.
This is...
People who aren't religious but follow a religion are the sort of people that send children off to do things that they shouldn't be doing and then turn their back on them when those children get injured. So, yeah.
Soren, how many kids have I saved?
Soren, speaking of personal history.
Okay. Because I'm not that type of person. I've literally gone out of my way against my own kind to save children.
Excellent. Just, let's just say I'm not real keen on those types of people.
That's fine.
Especially
I'm not that type of person.
Especially not these ones.
Is this the first time in a long time that you can you relax in this camp? That's the question.
Hell no.
Yeah, we probably still wouldn't be.
So is someone gonna stay up to guard this night, just
Frankly,
in case?
with the numbers that they have, if they wanted to do something to us, I don't think we'd stand much of a chance.
Probably not. No.
That is true.
There's it's a good. There are definitely more than a dozen of them.
The only purpose I really see us maintaining a watch for the night would be if we were going to slip away in the middle of the night. And
Yeah,
I think that runs counter to our ideas.
Yeah, no, that's a very valid point.
You will have been by now introduced to the captain of this group, who calls herself Uwase. She is not a very tall Asleen, but like all of them, born in the saddle, and the steely gaze she has shows everyone that she means business. This is her group. She is leading them, and there is a reason why she is in command. Very clearly so. She's not necessarily going to talk much to you. I mean, she's heard from her lieutenants that you might want to do a raid against Hagler's house. So far, she hasn't engaged you guys directly. She seems to be preoccupied with her own troop and what they have to do. But maybe she'll find time for you in the morning. And so you all go to sleep. Maybe confident that they're not going to slit your throats in the middle of the night, seems like. Brennar's just shaking his head.
Honestly, why would they have waited for the middle of the night?
This is a good question.
Yeah.
They do outnumber us.
Less confident and more resigned.
Yeah.
Brennar,
That's probably
as you sleep, you dream of a misty mountainside. You're standing on a ledge looking out over the lands. It looks very much kind of like when you were at Weatherstone. But you're not alone. There is a man there. An elven man. Regal. Majestic, even. In the way he's carrying himself. Used to having people follow his words, his wisdom. He's looking at you. Brennar, he says. Where will you go with me?
I'll take you with us on our journey until we rid this place of the demons, and then I'll put you to rest.
I have been gone from the world for a long time. Stuck in the hands of my descendant. It might be time to venture into the world. But take heed, Brennar. Take heed. Me and my siblings should not be wielded lightly. Do you know of my siblings?
Yes. There is many of your siblings currently among us.
Is Starnangist being reassembled?
It is needed. deal with the threat.
Very well. Only the worthy should wield Stoningist.
I hope to prove that.
I hope you do. You wield terrible powers. Powers that others have wielded for ill effect before you. Can you wield such powers without being tainted? Without being overcome with temptation? We will see. We will see. And so the dream starts just sort of dissolving into mists.
Clearly, Dream Brainard needs a Dream Celestial going, dude, take this seriously.
And so, everyone wakes up in the morning, having not had their throats slit by Asleen's in the night.
Oh, what a surprise. It's time for a lovely morning.
Yes, it is. Speaking of which, what kind of weather do we have today? That is one of the most important things, right? And we have clear skies. Lovely. Absolutely clear skies.
This has been a Druid brand weather production.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we need to look at. Are we going to try to do something here at the Rust Brother place, the temple, or are we going to continue heading towards the Eye of the Rose?
I mean, if we can fuck with some Rust Brothers along the way, why not?
Well, because there's a large number of them.
And that number's only going to get bigger in time.
All the more reason to kind of slow it down now.
No, I'd have to also agree. Probably should try and make our way back. And
I mean, the Asleen themselves said that they'd considered assaulting the ferry, but found that it might not be worth the risk for the Slum reward.
Alright, you guys are no fun.
you need to keep track, Frida, of what our actual goals are.
Plus, Brainard's nickname is No Fun. It comes with age.
Wisdom also comes with age, Celestial. Speaking of, one of our kind chatted with me last evening. And I say that loosely.
I would say that you only half meant that.
Yes, one could say I only half meant that.
Well, I'm not surprised you are carrying one of them, which hadn't been with us until, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there and getting yourself a good hearty breakfast made of whatever leftovers from Frida's cooking, which means that it's much better than rations and hardtack.
I'm eating rations and hardtack.
You're eating rations and hardtack. You
He's
can
trying to avoid
see.
getting soft.
How about we'll get the first roll of the night from B. Scouting, please. Without your binoculars, because right now you're having breakfast. That's an awfully big bird over there. Wait. Birds don't have 4 legs.
Oh, maybe it's another griffin.
Now I break out the spyglass now that I've seen it.
It is, in fact, a griffin, but it's not just a griffin. Someone is riding it. And it's
it's a griffin mount.
getting awfully close to this particular area. Not close enough for bow shot range, mind you, but still, it's definitely spotted this place. And some other people around on the ground are starting to shout about it coming closer.
I look at the Asleens. Hey, none of your leaders happen to ride griffins, do they?
No.
No, that's clearly Rust and Heem scouting out and seeing the camp now.
Hey, we might get to kill something after all.
Time to strike camp! You hear people starting to shout about that.
Yep.
Wasta comes out from her tent and just gives orders. Break camp immediately. They are fast with that stuff. Nomadic horse people. They know exactly how to break camp fast and get out of a troublesome spot when they have to. What will the rest of you do?
Break camp.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, everybody gets mounted as fast as you can. As used as you are to being traveling and on foot, I mean, you don't have horses to tend to. You just take your backpacks and all that stuff. Equipping everything.
Horse to tend to.
But even so, these Asleens are probably at least as fast, if not faster than you at breaking camp and just getting all the tents and everything onto horses and carriers and whatnot. It's a matter of minutes, 10 maybe, if that, 15, something like that. It's a very fast pace. Whatever a fast pace is, said the guy who's the GM, who's not at all an outdoors fella. So everybody's breaking camp with alacrity and starting to head out through that narrow little gorge. It doesn't take...
My sword...
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I was going to say, point my sword in a direction, boys.
Well, there was only one way into this little gorge, so I'm guessing that you are with the Asleen troop as you're moving out. Is this a correct guess or not?
It would probably be... sorry.
You could try to scale the walls of the gorge if you absolutely want to, but that's going to take a bunch of move rolls with your backpacks and everything. I think you have rope, though, so they're not going to do that because they have horses.
No, I think we'll just follow them. I don't think our party is the sort of party that can scale sheer cliffs.
Some of you can, not all of you.
I probably could.
So out the gorge you go, together with... Where in the troop are you going? Right now, the Asleens are not considering you a threat. Uase will keep an eye on where you are. Apparently she's... You can see her glancing towards you to keep track, situational awareness style. Where is everyone that I'm leading? And apparently you count as part of that at the moment.
I think we're gonna make our way to the Eye of the Rose, right?
Yep,
That was our
straight up the road.
destination,
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, as soon as we can, we'll kind of break to the north.
Right. You are about to try and find your way elsewhere. Why don't you roll another scouting roll there for B? Again, no binoculars. It's a bit too. You're a bit too low in the terrain to make good use of binoculars here. You are not alone.
Nope. Just wonder how many orcs are in those woods.
Message
as
on the-
we're kind of making our way, I'd be trying to ask people to, like, who rides griffins? Like, what sort of people ride monsters like that? I don't see if anybody has any information.
Potential ambush. Watch out. There's orcs in the bushes.
We don't know, and we don't want them to know where we are either. Indeed, the sort of the front side of this Asleen troop, they kind of stop their horses, and then you can hear, it's very shortly after you notice them and manage to alert your friends, you hear the coarse barking of orcish voices. Ah, stop there, humans! Ah, you're on Icelands now! And someone is banging a sword against a shield.
Did the Aesir really have time for this when the Rest Brother host will be marching up this way towards Angler's house soon?
These are the orcs we don't like, right?
Well, these are the orcs that might have listened to our paper, but weren't necessarily going to. Versus the ones further south that was don't bother.
Wes is kind of holding in her horse and just holding up her hand and saying, "We do not bring trouble to your lands. We are merely passing through," which is half true, maybe.
Well, I mean, anywhere they go, trouble comes anyway. But that's the Asleen.
I will kind of sidle over to Celsius, since I know he's got good eyes, and be like, if they're occupied with all these folks on horses, do you think it's possible for us to slip away, or do you think they have us surrounded?
They're mostly on the forest side of things. We can probably slip away, staying closer to the foothills.
You will hear a booming voice among the orcs saying,
Oh, great! Just gonna throw me in.
Booming orc voice. Oh, great! Just gonna throw me in.
Okay, booming orc voice. Hold, my soldiers! These are the warriors that we have come to meet.
the
Yeah,
Asleens
we're
are
not getting away, guys.
looking at each other until, I guess, would
Sorry,
what-
Captain, it's not you.
Frida walks forward. She just assumes you're talking about us at this point.
Uase will in fact dismount her horse because she is assuming that you're talking about them.
Trust me, dear, it's not you, it's us.
The ladies walk
Are you
up.
saying this to her? Yeah, she's.
In a better world, it'd be a union between your two peoples at this time. However, I do not think that is what is occurring.
Yeah, what he said.
Why don't you describe what this particular work looks like?
Oh, great. Yes, I am portraying Eldang the Ravager, who is a rather youngish orc. Not, he's had a couple years. Half of his body is recovering from horrible burns. It's now just become pure scar tissue. He has clearly fought many battles. His body is covered in scars and bruises as he stands there in full plate armor with a giant two-headed battle axe strapped to his back. And yes, he starts to stride forward, conscious of the Asleen, but it's like, okay, they're over there.
Yeah, Captain Uase is walking towards Eldag, and given that Eldag is, that much taller than just about all the other orcs and has enormous tusks to show his status, she will kind of stop halfway and then bow with her hand on her chest and say, "Am I speaking to the famous Eldang the Ravager?"
You speak to him? Who are you?
I'm Captain Uase of the Asleen. I serve General Zertorm.
You're the people that attacked the human settlement a while ago, aren't you?
That was General Zertorm, I believe. We were not there. We have been scouting the Rust Brother borders for a while now, on
You
his
left
orders.
me with a lot of shit to clean up when I went to that town. Did you know that Rust Brothers came right to that town after we came in? We had to fight them off. That wouldn't have happened, and there would have been a lot more plunder if your people hadn't attacked first.
She just kind of mutters a bit, because this is clearly nothing she knows anything about.
You tell your general that I appreciate him. I appreciate his strikes against the demonic Rust Brothers, but he isn't. But it was very frustrating to have to deal with such a situation when I was hoping to be able to obtain glory and supplies for my men.
Yeah, I will send that message. She's starting to continue as Frida is sort of joining this little
Coming
group.
up behind her.
Yeah. We
Frida
were.
just kind of puts a hand on her shoulder, like, I got this.
Yeah, you're probably like at least 2 feet taller, if not more.
Frida's like 8 feet tall.
Okay, 3
Holy
feet taller.
So we're probably like eye level.
Yep. That's very likely. She's thinner than Eldag, but about as tall. Yes.
Yeah.
Soren's just gonna
You
sit at
know-
the back and pull out some jerky, like he's eating popcorn as he watches this.
You know, if y'all had a council or something, that wouldn't be as much of a problem.
A council? She is an elf. I am an orc. Why would
So?
why would,
I'm a wolf kid. He's an elf. He's an elf. He's a human. What's your point?
You don't know much about orcish history, do you?
I don't know much about anybody's history, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Honestly, she kind of slept through it when it was briefly gone over last time we were at the Eye of the Rose.
2.
They talk
Somehow
and they
I
talk
can't-
and they talk. Oh my god, nobody gets to the point.
The captain's
like
just
you.
standing there.
I like you, giant wolf woman.
But we. Do you know, Eldag, Chief, is that your warlord? She's trying to find the right title and just completely missing it. But we saw a griffin in the sky just not even an hour ago. Would you know who might send such a creature? Someone had mounted it.
Would I know this?
Nope.
Clearly it is some oppressor race who is not only interested in corrupting the land and exploiting the people like the orcs, but now they're exploiting the natural wildlife. Clearly it is an evil creature. An evil person who mounted the griffin, whoever it is.
Rust?
Guys, I was probably headed to the Rust Brother settlement.
Probably.
Do any of you seek to strike at the Rust Brothers?
Well, eventually.
Yes.
Eventually does not mean it eventually means down the road, or does your eventually mean once you have finished breaking your fasts and preparing for battle?
Well, we know the prince is on his way this way as well.
Oh, he is.
Along with his host.
A glint appears in his eye and is just like, oh, he is he? And would you know the number of his host?
Stop, look, like, hundreds? They purged Moorshire.
Perhaps not the glorious battle I am interested in today. But no, I have actually come here because, well, I've actually been seeking you out. I had sent this squad ahead until we learned that there were Rust Brothers approaching. We gathered as many forces as we could to meet the demonic humans in battle. But primarily, we wish to meet you. I have been told that you fought alongside my men in the. I have completely forgotten the name of the damn thing.
I'll give you in the chat.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yes, you fought alongside. You fought alongside my people in Grindbone. I wish to hear the tale. This might not be the right time for that, though.
You will now notice just how many orcs there are around you. It's not just 5 or 6 or 7 or even 10. It's dozens. It's yeah. They're among the trees. They outnumber the Asleens even. You can take your time to start counting, but this is the most number of orcs you've ever seen in one place outside of the Eye of the Rose.
Rita doesn't bother if she remembers much from orcs. My only focus needs to be on leader.
Yeah, the Asleens are a bit nervous. They're still mounted, most of them, aside from the captain, but the fact that there hasn't been any hostilities yet kind of sets them a little bit at ease.
If Soria had her way and brokered peace, this would definitely be a powerful striking force combined.
Right? Like I said, if they had a council, this wouldn't be an issue.
Now, Soria is pushing for it, but obviously not everyone's going to be on board.
Well, if there's this many orcs and this many Asleen, and there's a Rust Brother temple right there,
It might be doable.
it's looking far more tempting.
Oh, definitely.
A very.
What do you think, Captain?
You guys think some combined glory?
Fighting alongside a powerful orcish warband to strike down the Rust.
We are already working with orcs, though not necessarily this clan. She says, I do not understand quite the orcish ways, though I'm willing to learn. We report to the Eye of the Rose.
Oh, that's convenient.
But
Good, that letter at least reached hands.
we will not shy away from a fight against the Rust Brothers should it come. This was more directed towards Eldag, of course.
Yes. Right.
So if I get that fight after.
You have engaged with orcs before. Who have you engaged with?
Empress Soria at the Eye of the Rose. She spits.
I do not think less of you for it, but Soria is... Well, she's Soria.
She's been helpful so far.
Oh, I'm sure she has. And I'm sure she was very grateful for all of you beautiful elvish people to bring more respectability to the Ur. Yes. I know all about Soria.
Do I look elvish to you?
No, like I said, I like you.
It seems to me like he's barking up the wrong tree.
So you mentioned you were here looking for us, I assume.
Yes. I wish to hear the story of Grindbone, seek to learn how my kin fell. This is, again though, this might not entirely be the right time for stories.
I look over at Celestial and Brainard like, you guys have a better memory than me, but I don't remember any orcs there when we were there.
Well, there were
rescued
the
one.
prisoners. We rescued
Yeah.
We
some.
rescued a bunch of slaves.
Right, but there was no battle or anything.
Well, we technically fought our way free, but
Yeah, I mean, they were arriving as we left. But that was,
we kicked open the door so they could route easier.
yeah.
Yep.
But that was the General's army though, right? I'm not misremembering.
No.
Okay. Well, we will tell you the tale at some point, I'm sure.
Well, however, there are these Rust Brothers that are coming. So I ask you, adventurers, are you keen to wet your blades with the blood of the Rust Brothers, or is there somewhere, or is there another place for us to, do you feel that perhaps discretion is the better part of valor for you today?
I think with
Discretion,
this many
Frida?
behind us, we can take it.
He turns to the elf. Elf woman, do you wish to fight alongside aside my people as we strike against these oppressors in the Rust Brothers?
By the elf, are you referring to the Asleen?
Yes.
They're humans. They're humans.
Oh, they're
not-
Yeah,
humans.
but
Sorry.
Yeah.
they're slender horse people though. So.
Alright.
They are. Yeah, I mean, your mistake is
Horsewoman,
forgiven.
Horsewoman, do you wish to fight alongside us?
She's thinking for a moment. We do not have a treaty between the two of us, but if the Rust Brothers attack, we will not shy away.
Captain,
As long as we stay in terrain like this and it does not get more dense than this, our horse archers will make them regret every step.
Very well. Then, in that case, I shall distribute my men in places of attack, and we shall make the prince bleed and make him pay for the harm he has done to my people.
It's a very convoluted yes.
to be fair, they're both playing really convoluted yeses. I was about to just tell the captain that the Empress would be very happy if she helped.
Yes.
I can promise you, Sorry will be like, hey.
Can we go kill things now?
I think our job in all of this is probably still to get back to the Eye of the Rose.
Oh, come on.
My 2 cents.
I'd love to tear down Hagler's house one stone at a time, but that's time consuming. It's not exactly like I can suddenly sprout a redwood tree to collapse the entire building.
Can you? Because that would be awesome.
No, I don't have that mastery of growth in time.
Excellent. Why don't you roll scouting for your group? It's gonna use Eldag Scout.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So how many bonus dice does he get for having a large force?
None really. He gets bonus dice if he has scouts in the large force. This is like a homebrew addendum that some lovely fan to Mutineer Zero created for large-scale battles, and I've just kind of ripped that off for our campaign.
Cool. All right, I'm rolling now.
Yep. As you are having this conversation, there will be a smaller orc, definitely not, a front rank warrior, but fast on their feet, and with fairly small tusks too, coming up and bowing deeply to Eldag. Master, and then just kind of growling towards your ear. They're coming! They're coming!
Eldag's mouth cracks into this, very toothy grin. They're coming.
Who are we killing?
Rust Brothers, I think we'd already established this.
He's a little slow sometimes, sorry.
They can't be more than...
You said there was more!
They can't be more than a couple of hours away. That direction, he points to the southeast, which is where you came from, basically, adventurers.
If we came from that direction, do we have a good sense of what the terrain is like there? Do we know if there might be someplace where we could lay an ambush?
It's open woodlands. It would be easier to make an ambush in deep forest, of course. Dark forest, because it's much more rambly. This is still open enough for cavalry to function okay. So, yes, ambush possible, not ideal. Certainly better than the plains, though.
Okay.
Can we cut them off at the ferry itself?
I don't think we can get to the ferry before they're upon us, if they're a couple hours out.
Yeah, we'd wind up clashing with them entirely on an entire side of our front.
Okay.
Because if they're making towards the ferry, they're going to start turning in towards there as well.
But if we may be able to find a place to lay a trap for them and hit them as they come out. The terrain's open enough for the horses to still be some advantage. Thin their ranks enough in the initial attack.
At this point, Eldag is basically just directing his forces into positions of just like, we're ready to kill. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah, they will form ranks, be ready to form up a proper shield wall. The strongest of the orcs wear chainmail and helmets. These are heavily armored people, and possibly against the stereotypes of the orcs that you might have. They are highly disciplined, these guys. It might be Eldag's leadership, who knows.
I'm going to look to safe cast Firesight with a map as part of the power-up. To take a look back at where the scouts said they are.
Ah, indeed. Okay, then we will bring in the second shadow power of tonight.
Can't leave special guests sitting on the sidelines.
Exactly.
Said.
I'm coming for you.
Oh God.
Far from this group, but not so far away as to feel comfortable. Marching through the forest is a host of Rust Brothers, militia, priests, iron guards, and leading them all. Please describe, because someone sees you from afar.
Yes, I'm playing Cartorta, the Rust Prince. He's an older man, early 60s, slightly around the waist, so to say. He also has another face grafted on his neck in an homage to the great prophet Sitera. He's currently wearing chainmail and an open helmet, and marching on. He got this high up on his Fray.
And you will actually recognize someone riding next to him there, Celestial. You remember you were in Moorshire not too long ago, and there was a young man there, the son of the Baron. He's now mounted next to this quite fierce and imposing looking leader, and has donned the armor and tabard of of an Iron Guard.
Wasn't that the one you rescued?
No, we didn't rescue him. We brought the horse back. That's the other son who betrayed his father to the Rust Brothers over giving us such a nice treatment.
Because he didn't immediately cage and kill us.
Basically. I see the Rust Prince amongst the host of the militia, the priests, and the Iron Guard, but I also see that treasonous son that gave up his own father and probably his sister to the Rust.
I'm gonna kill him too.
Did you get a sense of their
getting more
numbers?
excited.
Well, I see roughly how many numbers?
There we go.
It could be as close as 3 to 2, or possibly even 2 to 1 in their favor. As close as 3 to 2, as much as 2 to 1. But that's with the priesthood and the militia.
But if we can ambush them and thin the ranks them with missile fire first, that will equalize things to some extent. Are they mounted or footmen?
By and large, footmen. There are mounted numbers amongst them.
Okay, so the Asleen have a speed advantage.
And the Asleen, as gifted horse archers, are an excellent harrying force.
All right. I'll gather together kind of like Celestial and Brainer and Frida, a little bit away from the others. Say like, okay, If we're going to do this, we can have two options. We let them fight and we sneak off while they're fighting. Or we help out. A show of unified force between the humans and the orcs may be a necessary step towards getting some semblance of peace around.
I'm not gonna lie.
You just want to kill them.
If the fight starts, I might not physically be able to leave.
Which brings me to the next point. If we do start to take part and then we have to run, we're going to need a rally point because it's going to get super chaotic really fast.
Red tail.
Yeah.
Talked about it before.
Okay.
Yes, because we just have to run from here effectively north. We'd find the river and just follow that up until the lake.
Right. So if we get separated during the battle, we meet in Red Tail.
Yeah, because if the fighting starts...
I don't think Marifel will let you flee until that prince is dead.
Yeah. I can't... I don't think I'll be able to physically leave.
Right, and isn't Brainar's sword... Does it have some sort of control over him too?
No.
No. The scepter,
Not
on
as
the other
such.
hand, but...
Okay. Alright.
I mean...
So I guess the big decision is, are we going to assist them or are we going to bugger off during the chaos?
I think having us there might be the glue that makes them fight together.
Eldag, even loosely allying with Soria and the Asleen, is a tremendous boon.
Right.
in
the ongoing war against the Rust.
Right. And the orcs, from what little I know, the orcs respect, like, if we take part, they'll have more respect for us because
Yes.
they know we're here. So if we cut and run, they know we cut and run.
Exactly.
Yes. And what little regard that Eldag may have for us based on the exaggerated tales of everything in Grindbone, or the true tales, depending on what he had heard, will be gone like dust in the wind.
Yeah. We can't
I'm
run.
assuming
We'll
I
be
don't
cowards.
hear this conversation.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. your tusk itches, so you're pretty sure someone's mentioning you, but...
I'm just imagining you're having this conversation and I'm just standing right there, and it's like, yes, yeah, would think you were a coward.
We're talking amongst ourselves, but every time Eldag moves a little bit closer, we just kind of, as a group, just move a little bit further away.
If orcs work anything like
I figured I was
Wolfgang,
organizing the shield walls and shit like that.
Yeah,
every time we mention you, we catch sight of where you are, and it's like, okay.
Uesa will send out some...
You over here, yes, young one, you will taste blood.
Uesa will send out
Who's
some
gonna kill? Who's gonna
scout
kill?
as well, because Asleens do that. They're good at scouting, and so they will send out some riders ahead. The tricky bit here is that, of course, you are basically trying to coordinate with a completely foreign force using completely different weapons and strategies and tactics than you've ever done, Eldag. And you're trying to do that within 5 minutes after meeting them, which is not necessarily gonna be easy and smooth. So
Let's just say that no one here is a Ganfred.
no one here is a Ganfred. Reference to other game. Woohoo!
No, I'm an orc. Nothing is easy for orcs. Of course, it's going to be hard. That's what we
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. If orcs are anything like Wolfkin, yeah, that respect would be instantly just toast.
do. Gone.
Pissed
Absolutely
away.
gone. Yeah.
So we stay, we fight, we don't have a choice anymore.
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah,
this was like 1 day longer. 1 day.
The Asleen would get over it. The orcs, however, do not accept this was the smarter idea.
No.
All right.
So you are making ready to face them, all of them.
Think of it this way, Brainer. You'll have lots of corpses to use as spell components.
Well, let's see what is danger cast.
This is true.
For the record, this was a bad idea.
Noted. And agreed.
For the record, if Frida goes out this way, she's
At no point am I disagreeing with you.
Frida goes out, I'm permanently keeping you as a zombie if I can do it.
That's fine. Like I said, as long as you eat her heart first,
You're fine with
that's
that.
fine.
Yep.
It's a bad idea, but it's a necessary idea.
Yep.
I will be back before the fighting starts.
Yeah, I can tell you that Galame and Nindia are like, why are we in this?
Go forth and tell our tale.
You two can definitely
Tell
scout
my
our.
story! Tell my story!
You two can definitely scout the route that we'll need to take to get out of here after we're done.
Great! We'll go scout the route that you will need to take to get out of here after we're done.
Jokes aside, we should also tell them to maybe seek additional assistance from the Eye or from Reddale.
We'll go ahead then. That's excellent. We're good runners.
Breaking off in the eye, definitely go.
Yeah, Nindia and Galame are very happy to take on this job. Someone has to do that.
Yeah, Red Deal's a bunch of farmers. They're not going to be much help. But
No. Well, they're a bunch of orcs and half-orc farmers.
Do we still have the symbol? One of us has got it, I'm sure.
Oh, Sorias?
From Sorias? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I'll just
We'll
give them
make
the
Oh
letter.
yeah.
I was just going to say we give them that before they leave to make sure it's
Just
as easy
just
fast
give
as possible.
I'll just give them the letter.
That could be a good idea.
And I'll reseal it with my seal. AKA the bow on my side. My golden bow.
Yeah. Everybody's taking a deep breath before the plunge, as it were. There will be...
I am looking at animal form though.
Yeah, I bet.
Danger cast.
There will be enemies and just villagers and soldiers and so on.
So how far out are they? A couple hours, they said, right?
Yeah, a couple of hours, exactly.
So would a couple hours give me enough time to prepare to say ritual cast primal soul?
That sounds reasonable. Let's have a look. I just need to confirm, but I do believe that you would have... Which one is that?
That's a danger cast for me because it's shapeshifting 3.
But
But if I can get a big crowd of the the army and give them the timidity of a sparrow of the bad guy army.
You should be able to do that. Ritual...
I don't know what that spell does, but it sounds cool.
No, you should be able to do that. Yeah. Where's the ritual rules? Rituals there. A typical ritual takes a quarter day to perform.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's a bit more than we have.
Yep, that is more than you have. About twice as much. No, 3 times as much as you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're all preparing. The orcs are lining up. The Asleens are riding out on the sides because it seems to them that they shouldn't be grouped up in the middle. Some of them have lances, some of them have bows. And after you have waited for, again, a couple of hours, you will hear more and more of these smaller orcs running. They're coming, just beyond there. The orcs who are smaller, I guess they grab their bows. They are no good in a close combat fight. Of course, that is the tool of the less worthy orc in orcish culture. Not getting up close. But you can start hearing things further away, because it's kind of hard to hide an army in a forest. What is happening with these Brothers of the Rust? What is the formation we will see between the trees emerging slowly?
Pretty standard. I know where they are.
Yep.
What kind of terrain I'm facing. So I would be having my cavalry as a flanking device, and just heavy armor and skirmishers just moving forward slowly.
Right.
decking the areas and prepare for the raining arrows.
Prepare for the raining arrows. I'm gonna try to have, because usually we don't do a whole battlefield, but we have something here of a glade maybe. I don't even know if Foundry's gonna be happy with me putting that many tokens down, because things tend to bog down after a while.
I say it's more your computer at that point than Foundry.
Okay, fair enough. Even so, my computer won't be so happy. But I'll put down... I'm thinking that Eldag might be around here, but I'm not so sure that Cartorta himself will be this close to the action this early.
I don't think so.
It's a shame that...
Coward.
It's a shame that my Weathermaster spell affects the whole hex, and I can't just go that side that they're on.
It's literally just thinking that. The coward comment. Frida would literally be probably saying the same thing.
You can in fact see through the forest and between the trees, far away as far away as you can see. There's movement there, and there will be Asleens going back and forth. There's shouts. There's initial clashes between the cavalry and their side. You can hear the twang of bowstrings being loosed, and one or two screams from people who are no doubt being hit by accurate arrows. However, neither side gains an ambush this time, because both commanders have been good at scouting. Apparently having a griffin helps. Who knew? And yes, there is a griffin kind of flying over you in wide circles as they get closer. And here we
I'll
get...
whisper to the Orcish chief, if we get that, it makes good meat.
So what I'm
If
hearing
it is
is I should
dead,
call...
certainly, but if it is alive, it should be free.
I'm hearing
Or
call
we
a
could use it to,
thunderstorm.
or we could use it to increase our own forces and cause more destruction. Liberate more people.
So the first question to everyone here is, how much risk are your character going to take on during this fight? You can go -3 to +3. -3 being be very, very cautious and trying to stay away from the front lines. And +3 being, maximum into the fray. I think I know what Frida's going to say, but...
I was going to say, I'll give you like 2 guesses.
And I have a sense that I know what Eldag's going to say, because Eldag is Eldag. Right?
Yep. Yeah.
There's only one way for you, right?
Yeah,
Straight
absolutely.
ahead with the axe.
Forward with the
He and
axe.
Frida are probably like side by side in the melee.
That sounds like a possibility.
I you, wolf woman!
But for the rest of you, you can in fact put it in chat as well, so I remember, because this will take a little bit of bookkeeping here. This is our first field battle in this campaign. Will it be
I'm
the
definitely
last?
Up there. I know I'm definitely up there because I've only been looking at this spell might make me explode because I automatically get mishap.
Yeah, let's go with something more appropriate here, music-wise. So, yes, there will be various degrees of risk.
That's fine. Frida dies, I have another character in mind.
Oh, yes. Okay, some people are more dedicated than others in this fight.
Frida and Soren are right there!
Yep. His ambitions take over when he spots these guys. Seriously, Celestial. Plus 2.9. I'm gonna round that up to +3. I'm just saying.
Like, I'm not gonna go in with blinders, but yeah, I'm willing to just go.
How about Brennar?
Brainard's like, -3, please.
Brainer is like the guy in Clerks. He's like, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Ah, so you're a dick like him.
He really is. He really is a Dante.
Oh my god. Okay. Everyone is being brave today. Almost everyone. Yes, of course. So,
I think I'm gonna eat a griffin at some point just because of setup stuff. It's that, or I'm gonna get lost in the tide of battle and oh hey, look, there's the prince.
So,
I would love to cook another griffin today. I'm not gonna lie.
here we go then. Strategies from the respective side. The Rust Brothers are on the offensive. The Orcs are on the defensive. I might need to repeat the strategies that are available to you. For the offensive, you can go on a normal attack, which gives you no special modifiers. Total attack, which gains you 2 dice, but you suffer double casualties. Planned attack, which gains you just the 1 die, but you move some dice off of Vance's roll as well. You can also do a feint, which means that you would lose 2 dice in the initial charge, but if you win, your margin of victory is doubled. So that's a thing to consider. Of course, you can put that in your direct message to me, because you might not want to tell Vance what you're gonna go for.
No. This is all done on the up and up.
For defensive strategies, Eldag, you can do a classic, very simple, straightforward defense. You gain 1 die for that. It's always easier to defend than to attack. For total defense, you gain 2 dice, but your faction suffers double casualties. For a planned defense, you don't really have time for that, so you haven't had time to really, like, that's includes like digging trenches and stuff like that, right? So, I'm guessing you're not gonna go. Yeah, that's really it. Defense or total defense. That's all.
Well, those are my only 2 options. I'm going to go with just basic defense, because I suspect, well, we all know the problem with Rust Brothers and casualties.
Very good.
They become zombies?
Yeah. Well,
Almost been there, done that. It's not enjoyable.
Indeed. Okay, so let's have a look at your dice pools. This always takes me a while to calculate. First, before the dice pool action phase, we have actual PCs involved in a battle, so there might be a lot of shenanigans happening here. One assailant from each faction makes a remarkable action roll with one of the following skills. You can do so melee. You can do marksmanship. Let's see now, what other things are there here? Really, a stealth attack if you want to do that. And others may help even if they don't have any of these skills. So yeah, you can do basically a Commando Operation, which is a hit and run to decrease your opponent's strategic advantage and impede their logistics. Or just do some kind of remarkable action standing there in the middle of the fray and just chopping away. And that gives you a bonus dice on your side. So you can remove something from the opponent or boost your own side, basically.
I have a question about that, Mikhail. Does the melee attack include weapon dice, or is it a strict melee?
No, it's everything. It's a classic melee roll. So yes, Maligarn would apply, like immensely so. You will get the full Monty D12.
My charge as well?
Yes, it would if you want to do it that way. But here's the thing: it's
so
one person from each.
Rolls being rolled.
It's one person from each side. So if Frida's gonna do this, she's just gonna basically. Right into
I'm not saying it's going to be me. I'm just clarifying.
I am not going to. I believe that it's the PCs that should be involved in this stuff as opposed to. Yes, I'm the guy who shows up once, cracks some jokes, and wins. Thank you.
Or loses, as the case might be.
Be optimistic, okay? Be optimistic.
Do your best.
I'm strictly neutral.
I think, like on the initial, assuming there's going to be multiple phases, I think the initial one, I don't think we're going to actually be able to hold Frida back, so it makes sense for her to.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So given that the three of you will probably assist her, I'll give her +3 skill dice for the rest of you as well. So she'll have an absolutely horrifying die pool. But that is, of course, because, you know, she's targeting that one place, and you're all putting in your efforts there. Soren shooting, Brennar casting.
Sling, I can't shoot it, but I can't shoot it.
Right, sling. that's true. But you're still a mean shot with a sling, too.
Oh, yes. I will be specifically, like, targeting, like, the legs of their horses. Just, like, narratively.
Yep.
That's where my stones will be falling.
Yeah, I bet. And of course, I'm guessing here that... and you can add also the risk you took to that remarkable action roll. Because, yeah, that also means that there is greater danger to you that we'll get to later. You might get wounded in this. But, yeah, that's the +3 is both to your remarkable action and to your likelihood of taking damage.
So I'm adding a +3 for, is it bonus?
Altogether, it's going to be +6 because you have assist from your teammates and +3 for the risk. So it's +6 altogether.
To my melee?
Yep.
Yeah, to your skill die.
Okay.
Yep, it's going to be absolutely horrifying. But I mean, the good Rust Prince can roll too.
Is Malagar a D12 in this case?
Yes, she will be.
Can I deny some of the bonuses with cycle?
Yes, I mean, if you do a Commando Operation, you can deny their bonuses, absolutely.
Just don't forget your bonus for your charge and everything, too.
Okay, what is the bonus dice on the charge? Because I couldn't open it.
Oh,
What level of charge do you have?
I only have the first level so far.
No, it's not.
I don't think I have anything.
you don't get a bonus for that one.
Yeah, you can just move and attack.
It just allows you to do the move and attack, yeah.
I
So
thought you had
it's
2 for some reason.
8 for my melee, 3 for Malangar, and then a D12 artifact die.
Yep.
Okay.
There's so many dice! Well, that's 3 successes.
Holy
Storming into the fray. You are rushing together with... I mean, Soren will stand back, of course, because he has a ranged weapon, but he is focusing. He's close enough to be within range with his sling to take out 1, 2, 3 militia coming in close to you. Brennar is probably maybe using Rust Bite this time to cleave his way through. If you want to use spells, we will have to roll for that because, of course, you know, mishaps and all that. And while I'm guessing Celestial has a bow ready at hand as well, together just next to Soren. And into the fray you rush, and that's a powerful, remarkable. Is this boosting your own side or doing a negative on theirs?
What are we doing?
Nah, negative on theirs.
Negative on theirs. Okay. Oh, Lord of Rust, please choose how you are doing your thing. So, are you doing a boost on your own side or a negative on theirs?
I would like to boost myself.
Okay. Roll for one of those skills I mentioned. So that would be melee. You can use. I suppose you could use manipulation too, or marksmanship, or stealth, whatever is better for you. Basically, in the vein of your leadership. Then adjust, of course, for the level of risk you're taking, and then roll the dice.
So, gear bonus for weapons?
Yep. Whatever tool you're using. If it's a sword, you get the gear bonus for that. So both sides are trying to sabotage each other here, basically.
We go.
It's a success. Not quite as dramatic as their side, but something. You can't possibly... This is just overwhelming for many of you who have never been on the field of battle. There's just too much going on. On the right side, you hear cries and shouts, the hoofs stomping through the forest, twangs of bowstrings, lances flashing. On the same thing on the left, and arrows coming above you, stones, sometimes from sword and sling. It's just so much at once. And somewhere in the fray, there is a Rust Prince cutting down people. Exactly how many or when, but you wouldn't know because you're busy with the militia and the Iron Guard that is opposing you, and doing so with some skill, even though you do cut through as you go, and so on. So let's have a look at the next step here. We have a -3 now to the Rust side and a -1 to the Orc Asleen side. So we get to the actual battle. Let's have a look now at how many base dice we have on each side, because this is going to be hairy. So Rust gains 5 base dice, which is a lot. On your side, Eldag, you have, let's see now, that would be 3 base dice, because you are outnumbered. But that is not all. Let's see now, you have, sorry. You get strategy dice, let's see now, here we go. You get gear dice for the orcs. You get 1 for cavalry for once. That's never happened before. And 1, of course, for heavy infantry. And that's basically it. That's the orc side. The human side, you get first a gear die because you are humans. You are adaptable. That's your advantage. You will find the orcish advantage soon enough. And then you also get a gear die for being armored. You do have heavy infantry. You have a definite superiority in spellcasters on your side. They have 2, you have more. So that's a 3rd die. That's really it. Yep, that will be it.
Now everyone sees why penalizing them is important.
Yes. So that's the 3 gear dice there. Skill dice, you get. The orcs will have. Do you have superiority in? The only thing you could possibly have superiority is probably yeah. You do not. Neither side gains superiority in heavy infantry because there's a lot of Iron Guards here. A lot. It equalizes against the orcs. But, Vance, you do get superiority from the horses. So you get a skill die for that. And that's really it. So we have 5 plus 3 for you. That's 8 dice for the human side. And 3 plus... What is it? 1 skill die and... What did I say? 2 gear dice for your side. Now, you lose your skill die because of the extraordinary action that the Rust Prince is doing. So you have your 3 base dice and 2 gear dice. He has 5 base dice. And of course, any skill dice you would have there, Andreas, is negated by their extraordinary action. So you have your 5 base dice and your 3 gear dice. And that's really it.
Okay, so how do I roll? So how am I going to roll this on Foundry?
If you click on your character sheet, on the top,
Yep.
you will have 2 dice saying roll, and then you just fill in there.
Okay, let's...
There you go. Very well, or not so well, because those ones are painful.
Oh, there we go. Cool, alright. So it was 3 base, you said?
Yep,
3 base and 2 gear?
yep.
Cool, alright.
Oh, look at those injuries already taken.
Oh, you got pushed.
Yeah, but I don't know in what die that is. That's a bit
pants.
annoying.
Alright.
You can push it. He pushed his.
Yeah. Yep.
You can.
I think I did that by mistake though, but...
Oh, you pushed it by
I'll
mistake?
take it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a problem here because I can't see what kind of dice that you had ones on, which is a problem. I
You
need
just click on the roll, it'll expand.
Oh, there we go. Excellent. Yes, thank you. Okay, so, yeah, that's a lot of ones on the side of Rust, which is painful. Clearly, Frida is cutting through them like crap through a goose, as Patton used to say in the movie. Okay, so that was the first push we did.
I feel like Frida's in a
And the
battle frenzy
last
right
one,
now.
because we don't
Frida's
have
not-
any skill dice that we can use to buy another push. Here's the thing, Eldag, you have one of your... I realized Eldag should actually have 4 base dice, because you have the Asleens. No, 3, that's correct. You can turn up that one, that single one that you got there, you can turn that up again. You haven't taken that loss at all, because your orcs... You have 2 of these base dice, you can just nullify the one on one time.
Yep.
Because orcs get back up, right?
Right.
So here we have 0 successes for the orcs and 2 successes for the side of Rust, which means that we have the Rust side winning, which is a problem for you. It also means that the margin of victory is doubled, so we have 2 such successes. If you want to re-roll that die that became a 1, you can do that, Eldag, because your orc
I
is...
think I kind of have to at this point.
Yes, you kind of have to at this point.
Roll better.
Yeah.
So that would be a. Trying to remember what I would be. So would that be re-rolling the base die or the gear die?
Just the base die there, yeah.
Cool. All right. So I roll 1 base die. Roll better. Come on. Nope. No dice.
Alas and alack.
Yeah.
But at least you haven't taken the loss, right? Because it's not a
Yes.
1 anymore.
Yes.
No,
Where's
you,
that?
you-
Oh wait.
no, you
oh,
couldn't
wait.
push that one. You couldn't
No, I
push that
couldn't.
one.
No, that was
it was a
just
2.
that-
It was a
that
2.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
So-
definitely.
This means that we have a definite victory for the Rust side. There are just too many of them. And, I mean, Brennar and Celestial, in the fray of this battle, you will notice they are using magic, and there's more casters than the 2 of you around here. In fact, you're the only casters. The Asleen haven't brought any. The orcs don't have any. It's you versus a whole bunch of Sisters of Heb and Rust Brothers. And you just... There's just no way for you to dispel all of that stuff that's going on. You will be able to see far from you maybe a Rust Brother raising a militia man from the dead and throw them right back into the fray again. There is also possibilities that there might be rifts of bad things happening in space-time continuing and demons coming out, but we'll see that soon enough.
Okay, yep. I hear the urge to have someone call a blizzard down in the middle of this.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, let's see now. The loser in this side will take 1d6 for that 1 gear die that's broken, and so 5d6 people of damage to the orcs and Asleens. That is what's going to happen on that side. What happens on your side, though? You've taken a lot of damage too, Rust Prince. You will take, let's see now, that is 2, 4, 5, 6 dice of damage because of those ones you rolled. Yeah. So 6 dice of people will die on the Rust side. Even so, you will gain the field.
Victory.
And
At least,
zombies.
yes.
Now it's time to have a look at how bad things will go. So that was... Whose roll was that? That was Rust Prince? No, why did I click to push? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to push that. I'm so sorry. Anyway.
Just kill more of your guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Kill
Jeremy.
them all
So
by yourself.
it's 10, 14 plus 2 is what we're saying. So that's 16 falling on your side, and on your side that would be 8 fallen? Is that what we get this to? No, you're rolling 4d6 for you. Eldag, you have 5d6 to roll for how many
Okay.
people fall on your side.
All right. Let's give it a roll.
You
15?
lose 15, indeed. 5 of them
Well,
will be Asleen's for sure.
Okay.
Because there's like a third of your crew. But here comes the meat of the matter. How does our adventurers fare in this absolute mayhem? Retaliation rolls. So each of you suffer an attack of base dice equals to 6 plus the risk modifier you took. So go ahead and roll now if you want, or I can roll for you.
Sounds fun.
9 base dice for everyone who took plus 3 risk. Someone didn't take that, so they get less. Armor does apply, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so we should add our gear to that then.
No. You just roll how much. If there are successes on this, that's how much damage you take, and then you roll. Why am I constantly rolling push for people? I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I misclicked again. Anyway, Soren is unharmed. You keep a distance to everything, Soren, as you're standing just out of range
right.
and keeping close to trees every time someone spots you on the other side. And they don't have that many archers. There might be an arrow coming, and it's gonna just stick in a tree somewhere because you have enough situational awareness to avoid that stuff.
I like to think I also have lucky and fast footwork, so I am a ninja.
That would work to your advantage for sure. Brennar, you are not quite as lucky. As you're standing there with Rustbite, maybe not in the thick of it because you are not Frida. Even so, a lucky hit comes from probably a militiaman who just sticks you with that spear for 1 point of damage. And how do you deal with that? Do you have armor?
I do.
Then feel free to roll it. Your armor protects you this time. It's a glancing blow. Celestial, however, you're in more trouble. Did you have armor there?
I do have armor.
Feel free to roll it.
Woohoo. And as always, it does absolutely nothing.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh my god, your armor is in fact destroyed. It is no longer a thing. I'm going to interpret this as you are in that fray. You are shooting every once in a while with your bow. I'm not going to have you roll for your arrows and ammo and stuff like that. This is abstracting. There's going to be someone will fall who has arrows that you can grab from in the fray. But you never saw him come. You had no idea where he came from. There was, in the middle of everything, an iron guard just barging through a bush and just slashing you with a long sword, destroying your armor and giving you a huge slash over your torso. Is that bringing you down? You don't have a whole lot of strength points, do you? So,
I have
critical injury then, sir. Let's hope this is not the last we see of Celestial.
It's a shame that I roll 3 successes killing myself.
Yes!
Oh. That's like an aliens roll. That's what that is.
Yes. Oh my god, we don't want this to go badly.
Mikhail, question. I couldn't have parried that for him. That's with
That's
Path
a
and
good
Shield.
question. How I'll give you that one. If do you have a willpower point to spend for that?
I do have a willpower point.
Okay, I'll give you that. But remember that because it's nice and cinematic too. But remember that Maligarn does not give you the bonuses for.
No, I have a shield.
Oh, okay. Use the shield then. Maybe this is at some juncture in the fight when Frida has been pressed back by all those advancing Iron Guard. There's just too many of them. And she has to do her bit.
And I see Celestial and I just go, nope.
And you save 1. Are you gonna push that? Because you need to soak up 2. This is hairy. This is so close.
I'm sorry, I'm weak.
Oh,
Is that enough?
the 2.
That was enough.
Yeah.
You get yourself between Celestial, who is about to see his doom from an iron guard coming right down. It cracks your shield a bit. No, not actually. It cracks you a bit. It bounces off your shield, slashing through your maybe your arm. Roll your armor.
We should have got damage from being pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. Oh, right. She took damage from pushing, so then armor doesn't apply. You sprain a muscle. You when you hold out that shield, you're not holding it at the right angle. So
Because it's a quick thing.
Because it's a quick thing. So the force from the blow goes through, and you're gonna have a bruise on your arm there tomorrow, or even in an hour or so. Let's see now. Did we have anyone else here? Eldag had.
Yep, I got hit for 2. So
You
I
did.
got-
Roll
I got
your
two my
armor, please.
Okay, what is my armor going to do? So I've got.
So on your
blue
combat tab,
Yep.
you have
Oh.
an armor thing to
There we go.
click.
I see it.
Yeah.
So would I be rolling for my helmet or my armor?
Just armor. There is a summary
got
above
it.
the headline
Yep.
there. You can click there. That includes both.
Got it. All right.
That was like the worst roll I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah, that was terrible. That fucking sucked.
Your armor goes down 1 step in protection because, that was bad.
That was very bad.
And you take the damage from the incoming. There's not too many of them, mind you, but even so.
Yep.
Was
sorry about
having your
that
armor cut off
everyone?
of you.
I think that was
Yeah.
everyone, except for Cartorta, maybe.
Yeah. What was the total?
4, in fact, because you're not taking too many risks.
Yeah, right.
It helps not being in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
At least there's the one there. We can feel good.
Yep. That is. I'm guessing there is an arrow from an Asleen rider coming towards you at just the wrong time. The question is, will your armor hold up?
No.
Not at the rate the armor's been going. No.
All the skulls.
Oh my
All
god,
the
look at all
skulls.
that armor.
Oh wow.
There's also a lot of skulls, but luckily there is 1 point of armor that succeeds in. Yeah, it's ding. The arrow
When you
bounces
roll that
off.
many dice, how can you not get 1 success?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have been able to not. Chris will be able to tell you stories about aliens.
Oh man. Our alien one shot at one point, I rolled, I think it was 18 dice for an acid spray. Didn't inflict a single point of damage.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
It was just
in the
ridiculous.
acid spray's defense, it's a 6 or nothing.
Yes, but on 18 dice.
Yeah.
And then Frank rolled like 12 dice on his smartphone on auto fire on Overwatch. I rolled 8 successes.
All right, so now this is like the first wave, this battle going back and forth, and your troops being pushed back by the sheer weight of numbers. Orcs are cut down in front of you and next to you, but being orcs, they get back up again, and just angrier now. Though even they tire after a while. There is blood on Maligarn. Here's an interesting question, though. I'm pretty sure you would have killed someone during this melee, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
more than one.
Roll your insight here. I have a
Frida's
feeling
not
Frida
I'm
might
sure.
not want to back out when the rest of the troops are being pressed back in the shield wall. Do you want to push that at all to retain your...
Hey!
Hey!
You did.
It's still Frida.
You just
Still
managed
Frida
to
while I
cling on.
summon the squall.
You managed to cling to that last shred of sentience in your head as
I'm
The
pretty
gem.
Sure after Frida went, no, my druid, Celestial went, no, my wolf.
pretty much. And you will be able to see Eldag because you're fighting close enough to her. Her sword is made out of a metal you've never seen before. This is a really strange blade. And not only that, she's wrapped it with a bunch of leather around the hilt. But underneath the leather, it's glowing green. You would probably see it much clearer if it was dark. But even so, after having fought side by side for like an hour, you would have spotted it sooner or later.
Yeah, and at this point, it's probably glowing like neon.
Kill everything. Yeah, so you are pressed back. Let's see now, how many people? We lost 5 Asleens. And where did I put that? Oh, there we go. Sorry. I have so many windows. We lost 5 Asleen riders.
Yeah,
We lost
10 orcs went.
10
got knocked
orcs
down, but
are
got back
no
up.
longer with us. Oh, but they got up again, right?
Yeah. Yes. 'Cause they're orcs.
Song.
They're orcs. They get down, but they get up again.
Yep.
When this is all done, I'll buy you a whiskey drink.
Yeah.
Lager drink.
And we
A
lost
vodka drink and a
vodka
cider
drink.
drink.
on the
That's
side of Rust. It was how many
And
people
Frida
did we
and
lose
York
again?
down the mall.
14, I think.
14. Yes, that's very possible. I'm gonna say that 10 of those were probably militia, because why would they not die in droves?
Because they're charging the Wolfkin.
Yeah, and 4 of them is gonna be Iron Guards. Since the young Baron is riding at your side there, Rust Prince, he's probably not gonna be too hurt either, so I can just roll 4d6 to see how he's following your cue there. Nope, not a problem. He's not even getting a scratch yet. He's itching to go, though. He's just... My lord, when can I enter the fray?
That's because Frida's cutting through militia to get to him. Like,
When can I
that
enter the
one's
fray, my
mine.
lord?
Oh, the big dog.
Yeah, exactly. You have pressed them back. They are on their heels, as it were. Now, let's see. Now, you had, you still have dice left, if I recall correctly, from that first roll when we did the battle rolls. Let's see now. So, Eldag does have 3 base dice and 1 gear die. You lose 1 because of casualties and you know, in the fray, as it were. While the Rust Prince, you lose 2 of your base dice for the battle roll because of casualties. And also, it's not all just casualties. Some are just too tired to keep fighting, and maybe they get lost in the fray. They're somewhere they just gonna turn around. It's the chaos of battle. So some of these will be still able to, when the battle is over and you're rallying everyone, they will come back to your troop. But right now they're just in a disorganized mess. So you will have, that means you had 5 to begin with. You will now have 3 base dice. You had those gear dice rolled that were terrible. So that will give you, what is that, 1 gear die left? So 3 base dice and 1. You're going to fight on an equal footing if you press the attack with the next battle round. Even though you forced them back, even though the orcs have been not been able to gain any headway, actually had to retreat or back up. You know, not. I don't think the orcs themselves call this retreating.
Advanced to the rear.
Exactly. It's just, they're just that level of stubborn. Of course, by now, Eldag, you have spent those unbreakable traits for this battle. If you take more ones, orcs are gonna go down.
Yeah.
So, just to point that out. Do you want to continue the fight, leaders?
Yes.
Yes.
Russ calls for more bloodshed. I'm gonna roll some rolls here for our priests of Rust to raise some dead to throw into the battle. Of course, I don't know that they can throw in enough dead though to sort of.
I think Josh wants to raise some dead too.
That
quick
might
question
be-
was,
yeah.
Raising dead's a ritual.
Yes, it is a ritual. Yeah, so it's not going to happen now. So after the battle, you can raise some dead and throw them into the battle. Which means fast reinforcements for Rust, right? There
Not
we
if
go.
we take out all the priests first.
Exactly.
Hey, Brainer, emulate some shit.
Oh, it's gonna get interesting.
Actually, that's a question. Can we target specific troops? Like, can we target their priests?
That's going to be tricky, I'm guessing, because they're not going to put the priests in the front line. These are supporting people, right? So, yeah, that's you will
know what their priests can do.
You can do. You know what? Next battle roll, if you do a commando raid, I'm gonna allow you to do something like that, like sneak around to the flank and do a targeted attack at specifically the Rust priests. But on the other hand, Cartorta can do the same. If you want to target someone who is specifically important with a commando raid before the next wave really gets going, you can do that. There are people like, Eldag himself, or Uasu, or such like.
YouTube.
You can send your little baron to do the thing for you.
Please send me your little baron, please.
So I imagine like battle rounds take place over like an hour or hour and a half. Or
Yes.
whatever. There's like running back and forth and stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Do we want to try to make a push for the Rush priest himself now that we're on relatively equal footing?
I'm not against it. I did send Michaela a direct message on what I want to cast this battle round on.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
excellent.
I will happily push to go murder.
Let's try and
the
disrupt things
prince.
as best I can.
Are you doing weird druid shit?
I'm doing weird druid shit.
Excellent.
I hope.
You guys want to cover me while I do that? I will assassinate a prince for you.
He might come running at you depending how things go.
That's fine. It just means I don't have to run as much this foot, man.
So, current battle levels, yeah, you're still... yeah, there's still lots of troops. I mean, if you didn't have those white the skulls on those white on those base dice, Cartorta, you would still be having fewer dice than you had last time, just because of losses. Humans are frail creatures compared to orcs. That is...
No, we're not.
Soren's not.
Soren's not, but yeah, the militia are just hapless villagers. Yeah, so we would have. Let's see now. Do we have enough? Yeah, you do have enough to have 3 base dice still. It's only just because the Asleens have taken some losses, but it's only just enough to have those 3 base dice on the orc side as well. So I guess it's fairly even this time. Let's start again. It's the next wave with not reconnaissance, because we did that before. A risk again. Yeah, everybody decide how risky you want to be. Plus to -3.
Still 3.
Celestial almost died last time. He is hurt from this fight.
At this point, I don't think Frida has the choice to back up.
Just want to double check something. Because I made that push, does that get me a willpower?
I guess it does, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, if it says push on your skill roll, it is. But for the battle roll, no.
Okay, cool. That's the question. It wasn't the. It was the battle roll specifically.
Yeah,
that
no,
was
the battle
checked
roll
out.
doesn't give you willpower.
Okay, cool. No
So-
worries.
Because it's like the army clashing.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I figured. I just wanted
Yep.
to double check in case I. All right.
The army doesn't count as gear.
No. No. Yep, so we still have, decisions about risk levels to take. You have
I can't roll that bad again.
Damn religious freaks.
I mean, spell carries risks too, but
Yep.
No,
No,
sense of making
honestly,
it more risky.
yeah.
If Frida could be more, she would be more.
Can I be the
I'm
riskiest taker of the old risk takers?
85% in control by Malagar at this point.
I mean,
Yeah.
depending how this battle round goes will determine whether I just like, all right, giant spring squall out of nowhere, we've got to fucking book it.
And you will literally have to probably drag
Yeah.
the Wolfkin out.
That's fine.
Yes,
I can then transform
yes.
into a horse if I didn't explode with the squall, and then haul you off.
Great. Vance has
All
decided.
this magic is annoying me.
Yep.
Hey, I'm all about good magic. They're the bad
Okay.
magic people.
Did we
Listen,
get-
it is useful, especially when that one blows people up.
Yep. So, Rust Prince, have you decided your risk level there?
It's oppressor magic.
There we go. Okay. Okay. So what do we have now? Commando operations, I think, are in order, or remarkable actions. It sounds like you want to strike specifically at. You can destroy gear dice from the opponent. That's basically taking out Rust Priests, right? So, because they would be doing the supporting phase afterwards, healing people, which is actually what they're doing. And I haven't actually rolled that for them yet, so I need to do that before this battle starts. How many casualties can I cancel with a
Not enough.
healing
Zero.
roll?
Zero.
I'm so sorry I missed that completely, but I should, because they do have healers on their side in ways that you don't.
Yeah, they just add
I'm over
extra
here.
limbs on.
I'm just over
Yeah, pretty
here.
much. Support face. There we go.
Like this.
Mend wounds. It's gonna be a heal roll from a Sister of Heme, I suppose. Generic.
They'll do our job for us, and they'll just overcast it and die.
Yeah,
Gosh.
pretty much. There we go. Heme sister. Healing roll. Let's see how well that goes. Nothing? I don't like that. She's a
That's
dedicated
perfect.
lady.
This is
That's
perfect.
great. It's great.
She's
Perfect.
dedicated to Rust. She's working in her sweaty brow to heal militia people and get them back out there.
Obviously, she's not a very good nun. She hurt herself in concentration.
Yes, she did. So I need 2 successes to restore 1
Bum.
damage die, and I didn't have that. So unfortunately, her efforts are not enough. We do not get an extra gear die to, equip an extra base die to the Rust side. Unfortunately, just not enough people healed in a short period of time.
She's not another demon nun?
Apparently not.
She fails.
We have
at
healers
her
too.
twice.
But there's just too many wounded people on the field. All right,
Done my
so
job.
we go for strategy before we decide on the commando raid and all sorts of things. So are we the same strategy as last time?
Yeah, I think that's probably. I mean, again, either that or we have increased casualties.
Oh, you're. Did I miss the whole margin? No, I missed the whole. I'm so sorry, folks. Yeah, no. Oh dear. I made a mistake with the reading of the battle results. This is not going to be a second wave because of the feint, the planned attack. It was a planned attack. No, it was a planned attack. Okay, not a feint. Never mind. It's foes' defensive advantages are okay. So nope, I read on the wrong rubric. It was not doubled because you didn't do a feint. Had you done a feint, you would have won the day, but you didn't. So, what kind of attack will we see from the Rust Brothers this time? Because a +4 battle result is basically a rout of the losing side. But it was a +2, so...
What's the options again?
Attack, total attack, which gains you 2 skill dice, but you suffer double casualties. And if you do win the wave, you do cause plus d6 casualties to the enemy. A planned attack, which gains you a skill die, and foe strategy dice from defensive advantage or have. They don't have a defensive advantage here, so I'm not sure it's the best choice. And that's really it. Feint attack as well. You can do a feint. You lose 2 skill dice, but if you win, your margin of victory is doubled.
I'll do like this.
Very good. We'll see what that is in a moment in the chat bar. This is intense, y'all. That's what you do with your personal people, but you have to do the strategy as well. Okay, there we go. What does the orcs do for defensive? It's basically defense or total defense. Okay.
Sent in the sentence chat.
You gain a skill die for the orc side, and the human side gain 2 skill die because now they're going crush the orcs with a final push, and they're gonna just rush across the field if there's any distance between you at all and break your ranks. That's the idea. It's not easy to break orcs, but if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it now. So we get to our... Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get to your remarkable actions. The Commando Operation. You're attacking the support structure in the rear, I believe. Rust Brothers and Heem Sisters will feel the wrath of Maligarn. What will the good... okay, I get it. There we go. Is this the little Baron doing it? Or is it you?
No.
Oh, you dear. Is this...
Guess who's coming out to play?
Is it the Rust Prince personally coming out to play?
Rust
we might get some interesting situations here.
Yeah.
Alright, so why don't you adventurers roll your remarkable action like before?
Is this Frida rolling again?
Yep,
Or is
yep,
we doing
it sure
an
is.
arrow?
We're
one
doing
of
it
us-
like last time.
One of us gets the lead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I lead, because I get +3 from help and then +3 from my risk. So that for me is 8, 9, 15, 16, 17 dice.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cool.
I have a feeling that the Rust Brothers and Heem Sisters will meet their doom right now.
Hey, I'm just looking forward to hopefully not having a magic mishap that hurts.
In which case, of course, they will not be able to raise the dead. Because, they're dead.
They'll be the dead.
The dead.
Right now we'll raise them.
Trying to get a
Exactly.
raise out of
Great
people when you
revenge.
belong to them too.
Yep. So let's see what happens with this immense die roll. Ugh.
Just trying to remember. Okay, so the risk dice and the assistance dice, those are skill dice, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, they're modifiers, so they count as skill
Should
dice.
put them right here.
Oh, where did I put that book?
Make sure I got everything in here. Oh, so it's
Meanwhile, Rust Prince, you roll a such a thing as well, but you have a +1 if the little Baron is with you,
Yes. So this is.
and also modify for your risk taking, of course.
And my base was 3, right?
Your base roll is use your weapon and use that. So it's probably a lot.
I got 6.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's intense.
So I gather like everybody with a bow or a ranged weapon or a sling, we slink around and then we just
Yep.
sink arrows directly Like, we do not follow the Geneva Convention. We are targeting their healers.
You are targeting their healers, and a group of Asleens, that's going to be a handful of Asleens with their horse bows, come in at the right moment from the other side and just shower the targets with arrows. These poor Rust brothers and sisters of Heem will look like pincushions when you're done with them. Fell over. That was not a very convincing roll, but okay. That's, there you go. Don't you have any skills in that? Surely you have are you using your melee value there?
No, I was just using the base dice.
Ah, but you should do a skill check for this. So if you go to your combat tab, for instance,
Yep. Right.
and you click the longsword, and then you add 1+1 for the little baron, and then you add the modifier for your risk.
So is
and
he
then
a
you
fresh reroll, not just adding dice?
I mean, okay, yeah, because there was too many gear dice, even. So, you know,
I was like
Yes.
100 dice.
yeah, it was like 4 gear dice there, which shouldn't be there. So, yeah, fresh roll, please, because that was all wrong.
I'm adding my risk to the base dice.
Yes, you are. No, to the skill dice. To the skill dice. Yeah.
And the Baron to the skill line as well.
Yes, that's correct.
So then.
That's a more reasonable pool. Yeah, there we go.
One damage.
Yeah, well, it's 2 points, right? So you will be able to remove 1 skill die from the opponent as you're doing your raid. And in the thick of things, Eldag is standing there leading his troops when he sees a troop of Iron Guard coming through like a wedged-formed shield wall with Cartorta himself leading them, and the little Baron there as well. If you want to have a duel with Cartorta, this is the moment you have been waiting for. Eldag versus the Rust Prince.
Can I back up Eldag? By
No, you
taking on
are
Baron?
right now supporting the raid on the
Oh, okay.
Theme Sisters and so on. So this is happening at the same time. They're different
Okay.
sides of the battlefield.
And while I'm casting.
Yes. So, do we get a clash between the two?
I mean, I'm assuming yes.
I have a feeling that Cartorta might cheat this time too. Will
Of
he?
course he's going to cheat. Of course he's
I
going to
better
cheat.
cheat.
Yes, you did. You were a dirty
Oh, I
rogue.
haven't added all your things here. Let me add all your things.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. We need to put some stuff on your sheet. It will take a second or two. I haven't done that because foolish me. Yeah, you should have all of these things. There we go. You can see what I'm adding here probably. All the things. All the things, and then of course we have. Yeah, this is intense. Okay, all the things. Which one will you be using, I wonder? It's gonna be bad news for Eldag, whatever happens.
Of course.
Yep. There's just so many of them. There we go. Oh, good lord. Terrifying. Okay, what are we doing here? Rust Prince.
Good question there. I also see
For some reason I clicked
away.
away your willpower points. You should have willpower points. I'm gonna put some willpower points there.
Sorry, Mikhail, something just occurred to me.
Yep.
So when I took damage, would I have actually taken damage, or would it have just been stuff affecting my armor?
That would have been... Yeah, no, you took the damage. You're hurt.
Okay,
a little
cool,
bit hurt.
alright.
Yeah.
Cool,
Not
alright,
terribly,
that's fine.
but somewhat.
Yeah, no. Just wanted to double check.
Yeah, and your armor is degraded by 1 step because
Yeah.
of this as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I can-
marked that down, but I was curious if I was supposed to mark more down. But yeah, no, it sounds like it's
I can in fact. How many ones did you get of that armor roll?
the armor roll.
I think it was just the one though, or so.
1 second.
Because it was a
Okay,
while
so there was
ago.
the 2 that hurt me,
Yeah.
and then Eldag. Oh yeah, then I did my armor roll, and I had 4 skulls on that one.
4 skulls.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, your armor has been absolutely shredded.
Okay, so I actually took the 4 on that.
I'm
not
gonna
just
yes,
one?
I'm gonna say
Okay,
like
cool.
this.
It was only 1 point of damage that the armor was trying to absorb, though, not 4.
Right.
Oh
Okay,
right,
so-
and that means that the armor actually did the armor soak that armor damage point? No, the damage
No,
went
he
through
still
it.
took it, but it only
Yeah.
lost 1 point of armor.
Yeah. Okay, there we
cool.
go.
All right. Okay, got it. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so Eldag versus Cartorta.
We meet again.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna give Eldag some willpower points too, because of course you have some at start when we're not doing a day-to-day bookkeeping, you know. So there you go.
Like gestures to his like half burned face and says, "I owe you for this, demon worshipper."
Yeah, the little baron is fighting off with some other orcs. They are busy, so this will be mano a mano, if you will.
That's a very fine axe you have, Eldag.
Yes, it's better than the one you broke, you son of a bitch.
Did you want to have a shield, Rust Prince Cartorta? Just asking for a friend. Oh, okay. Then, who? Yeah, I guess we do an initiative roll for you guys. Just roll a d10 to see who goes first. That's all we need to know.
Oh,
9, baby.
That's not good.
Oh wait, we want low?
Yeah, you
Ah,
roll.
shit. Pants.
Did my roll go through?
No, I didn't see it here, so.
I'll do it again.
Yep. That's
Ooh.
also a
Oh,
9.
it's tie.
They both don't want to go first.
Exactly. Both of you re-roll because we
Okay.
can't
Oh,
have
we
a
don't
tie.
have-
Someone
Oh,
will be
okay.
going first.
All right. A 2.
2 is
I'm happy
better.
with that.
A
Ha-ha!
4. All right. Okay, Eldag, what does he do?
He takes a mighty swing with his axe to cleave the prince in two.
And what
I'm
does the
done
prince
with
do?
being clever with poison teeth. I'm just going to kill you.
Ah! Yes, the frothing mouths of the Aesir orcs.
Yes, green foam starts to bubble up around Eldag's mouth as he steps forward. His armor covered with the blood of fallen humans.
Yes.
Steps towards Cartorta, his axe swinging high to slay this monster here and now on this field.
Roll your two-handed axe. Click your two-handed axe for an attack.
All right, there we are.
And we'll see what the Rust Brother does to counter this.
I would like to parry it.
Yeah, feel free to roll your sword.
A shame my spell hasn't kicked in yet.
Exactly.
There'd be no parrying then.
All right.
Eldag storms up to and swings that great axe, but this is a very experienced swordsman. Parries it easily by just directing that force elsewhere. Okay, Rust Prince, you have used your fast action. You have a slow action to do.
Then I can attack, right?
Yes, you can.
I will do that.
By sword or other means, if you
By
will.
sword.
Sword.
Good.
Now, here's the thing, Eldag. Since you are using an axe,
Yep.
if you are using that to parry, you will have a -2 on that action because it's just big and unwieldy, and getting it back into position takes a while. So when you click your attack, do a -2 on the modification column.
Do I have to do a parry?
Nope.
Okay. What are my other options?
Fast actions. I mean,
Yeah, let's,
not that many different things really to do.
No, not really. Let's just, I'm just gonna quickly jump into my fast actions. Here we go.
Yeah, you can see them.
I'm just gonna try and dodge.
Okay.
Right. And I just need to quickly check something.
Oh, dodge.
Sorry.
Okay, then you have a -2 for not because if you dodge, you
Yep.
end up on the ground unless you go -2 on the dodge.
Oh, so it would be the same as the parry anyway.
Yes, it would be.
Okay, then I'll parry.
Yep.
All right. There we go.
Wow. So the sword comes in.
Can I push?
I believe you can. Yes. You will take the
Yes.
damage, but there we go.
Yeah. He
His
only
sword
beat
is.
me by one. So if he beat me by one, that would be the 1 point of damage I had to get that I had to soak.
Then his sword goes through, which does, I believe, 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Yep.
But you do have armor, so you will click
Yep.
your armor again. So.
Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna push. In
Yep.
that case. I want to do. Extra
So the
damage.
sword
Okay.
gets through. Here's
Yep.
the thing. Do you have a talent to negate armor, though? You do not, I don't think. No. Okay. That's fine.
Oh, did you knock down a point on my plate armor as well? Because I'd already taken the point off my closed helmet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Then,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Then put it back up again, I guess.
Yeah, you got it.
So roll your armor.
Cute. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, that armor will block the blow. Clang!
Yeah.
Nice.
Indeed. Now,
All right, now I think I have an ability that I would like to use.
a talent.
Yes,
in
I have a
fact.
talent. And
I'll
I
let you
believe
use. I'll
it
let you
is-
do at most 3 rounds of combat, and then we move on because the battlefield moves and so on.
Yep, no, that's totally cool. But yes, because I have rank 2 Path of the Blade, I will let's see. I will spend a willpower
Yes.
and
Oh, you
Get
can
another
attack
one.
again.
yes.
Spend a willpower and attack again with your big axe.
Yeah, spent and rolling.
Ooh, bam! And he has in fact spent his fast action, and therefore cannot parry. So you will have to roll your armor now, Rust Prince.
I'll do that.
Vance.
Yes.
Spend another willpower to ignore his armor.
Oh shit, I can do that, can't I?
If you
Absolutely.
have enough Path of the Blade.
It's the first one.
It's the first one. Yes, you can. Okay, spend another
Yep.
willpower
Yep.
to ignore his armor.
Extra willpower. Yep.
That's
Get
how
that 3
Frida.
wounds right in.
That's
Yeah.
how Frida and I kill so much shit.
Yep.
There we go. Yep. All right.
Okay, 3 wounds right
Screw
in
your
on the
armor,
Rust
take
Prince.
3.
You are now seriously wounded, Rust Prince. No, you didn't go to you. He ignores your armor because he has Path of the Blade.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So he just
Thank
cuts
goodness,
you.
That was a good roll.
Yes. Unfortunately, it was an excellent armor roll. That 2-handed axe comes down right behind you and cuts you deeply in your leg. You are now down a lot in strength, unfortunately. This is not good for the Rust Prince, is it? You
at
will...
you, buddy.
Well, it's a new turn, so we have Vance being first again, I guess.
Oh, we go again?
Yep.
All right.
Second turn. I said at most 3 turns, so...
Yeah, totally. I just need to quickly. Sorry, I want to make sure that I'm doing.
I'm
this
having
right.
a feeling you're attacking him again.
Probably. I just
But
wanna know what my
he
other
can
options
parry
are.
this one, though.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, is this the one I want to do? Slow action. Yeah, screw it. I'll just swing again. I don't care. I'm gonna kill him. All right. So swinging the 2-handed axe. Yeah.
Not really. I mean, it's a hit.
You force him to make a check.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Are you gonna parry that?
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
if he doesn't, you can just go, I spend a willpower, there's 3 more strength, screw you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you parry it. Ding! Okay. Rust Prince, what are you gonna do here? I think you need to up your game maybe a little bit. Eldag is very close to breaking you this time.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was really close to breaking him last time too.
This is true, and then he cheated, which he
Yes,
can do
and he
this time
cheated.
too, of course.
I've never cheated in my entire life.
Yes.
Will do it now, however.
So what are you gonna do?
Let's see.
There are some things you can safe cast.
Nope. This one.
Oh. Let's have a look here.
I'll cast a spell. I'll cast Hand of Doom.
Uh-huh.
I'll just burn 2 willpower points then.
Dispelling magic.
Aren't you with the little
No,
commander rate?
I'm not,
No, you're
because
not.
I was specifically targeting the prince.
Fair enough. Dispel.
Yep.
So you will have to cast, and the prince will So the prince will have to cast, and you will have to cast. So how many?
Let me get my dispel here.
Yeah. Oh, but you're doing your Hand of Doom, you said, right?
Yep.
So you're super safe casting it, I'm guessing.
I want to spend 2 willpower points for it too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to spell some willpower to cast it, for sure. So, you haven't spent willpower yet, right? Oh, I'm sorry. So should remove those. But you don't have to actually cast the dice to do that, because you are that skilled caster. So how many dice will you throw at this, Master Elf?
It's in there already.
Wow! Wow! That's brutal. Oh, Rust Prince Cartorta, the power of that magic dispel that comes from out of seemingly nowhere and just blocks your magical forces and just renders it entirely inert is deeply impressive, to say the least. Yep, which means that we now have Eldag spending another willpower point, I'm guessing, to do a second attack. Are we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm totally gonna blow another roll. I'm gonna totally blow All right, 2-handed axe. Fire.
There you go.
There you
Oh
go.
my god!
You're ignoring armor. Now you're ignoring armor.
Are you ignoring armor?
Yeah, I guess I'll. Okay, so it doesn't matter if so if I make him ignore armor, it's still only 3 damage, right?
No, it's 7.
No, it's 7.
7 damage.
Yeah, you are causing.
Oh yeah, no, I'm ignoring armor.
You're causing. You're causing. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I'm still looking. This is 5 successes. That's 4 plus 3. That's 7 points of armor damage, indeed. We will have to roll a critical injury for the Rust Prince. This is terrible.
I told you I'd get revenge.
Indeed.
This is an
Quietly
awesome fight.
standing
I am
over
a
here by a
little
tree.
disappointed I did not get a piece of this, but
Oh no. This is like day 2 of game. This is long-term owed.
I mean, that it is.
Like the very first thing I did in character was go out to cause hell, and he showed up.
And that did not
Should I roll or should you roll for the critical injury? It's under tables.
You do it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's like 6 or 7 to the right. It's the rollable tables. And it's going to be slash wounds.
Does Eldag have Executioner as a talent?
No.
No, however,
not.
I do have. Oh no, but what I do have is cold-blooded.
I was gonna say I have cold-blooded for you.
We'll see if we have that much fun. Did you find the table?
I found the table, but I don't see where I can roll it.
You click it, you click the table, and then you get a button that says roll. It's gonna like open up a small window for you, and then there we go. I'm so nervous now. Severed ear. You have taken an ear from the Rust Prince. Ah!
I have a trophy.
Yes, you have a trophy. Unfortunately, you will not be able to finish him just yet unless you win the actual battle roll, because of course there are things like that happening too. Other Iron Guards are pushing up. The Rust Prince is not going to be unguarded for long. He will be dragged back to behind their lines.
While I am going to try to kill him, I will totally acknowledge I am fine with him getting dragged away. That means we get to have the rubber match.
Exactly. It's
remember-
1-1 now.
Just remember when you schedule it, I might not be around.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we now roll the battle roll. We will have
So-
the
so what's our
3,
dice at?
3 base dice, and I think it was 1 gear die for the orcs, and the same for the humans.
Okay.
Or was it 2 gear dice for the humans?
It was
No,
2.
It was 2. Okay, so 3
Yeah.
base dice and 2 gear dice for the humans, and 3 and plus 1
one.
for the orcs.
Okay, come on.
This is
I've
intense,
been rolling
folks.
well. Come on, baby. Let's actually get some good on this.
You're a terrible leader, but you've been a great killer.
Yes! Well, he is
He
that.
is an orc.
He is an orc. A fearsome one.
Yes. Eldag leads through rhetoric. He's not actually too good a tactician.
That's the role I'm trying not to do in this game because of Sulfur Winter.
Yeah.
Actually, ironically, one of the things that was making me laugh was if you look into Chumbawamba, Tub
Yeah.
Thumping is a perfect song for the orcs.
It really is.
Especially with how Eldag is trying to run them.
It'll take 6 days for you to heal that ear, Cartorta.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, battle rolls.
Yeah. Wait, no,
This is intense.
because I'm always the one who asks first.
Yes. Well, go ahead. 3 plus 1 for the orcs, and 3 plus 2 for the humans. That was the human roll.
Oh.
You rolled terribly still.
Nice.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
And unfortunately, you roll as terribly. That is not good. Okay. That's... I don't know... Yeah, okay. There we go. You don't have any skill dice left, so I don't
His
think you
Frida's
can
not
actually
at the front.
push at this point. It's not like normal pushing rolls. So, let's see now. Settle, reroll all those, but only if you removed a skill die. Yeah, you don't have any skill dice left here, so this will basically be, this is a draw at this point.
Ooh, sounds like the Anchor might not be able to pull him out.
Oh, they will. I'm sure they will be able to pull them out. But there is still battle lines, and they haven't been able to crush the orcs. You will, in fact, lose. Yeah, this is going to be a draw, basically. Here we
He
go.
did a full attack. He still has to lose. double
Indecisive
his-
battle. Each faction holds position and suffer plus 2d6 more casualties. So
Ooh,
that
that's double
means
for him.
you
That's double for him.
both
That's
sides.
double for him.
Wait.
Because
Get
you
a
went
full
total
attack.
offense.
Yes.
Oh right, no, that's not double. It's total offense means basically 1d6 more.
Oh, 1d6 more. Okay.
So no,
So
if
that's
you
all
win
three.
this, you double the casualties. That's true. So yes, you're right. They take double the casualties, and they didn't win, so you're not gonna suffer more casualties on your side. And you did a plain defense, so no difference there. Yeah, so it's gonna be. That means. I'm sorry. There we go. 4d6 casualties times 2 equals 8d6 casualties for the Rust Brothers, and 4d6 for the orcs.
Okay. All right.
And then we'll do the retaliation as well.
Okay.
24 brave humans who will never stand
Less
up again
than-
versus
less than
17. And that's going to be about a third of them are Asleen's, of course. So that's about 6, and you lose about 12 orcs, 10, 11 or 12 orcs in this fray, and they are not getting up again because that you spent that last wave.
Yep.
You're running short on orcs and Asleens. Let's see now. So 5 Asleens more. They've lost half their troop already. And a lot of orcs are lying on the ground. But on the other hand, we can say that about the humans too, can't we? 24 fallen. That is...
And most of their priesthood.
And me, yes, indeed. That is the thing. So that will be...
And their leader is lying bloody without an ear at my feet.
very close to your feet, if nothing else.
Yes.
So, yeah, that is brutal. Let's see now. We now have... you can't use those white dice with skulls on them again. So at most, we have 2d6 on both sides. And... But 2d6 in base dice for the battle roll on both sides, with still 1 gear dice for the orcs and 2 gear dice for the humans. So they will be rolling 4 dice versus 3. It's just like edging closer. If you want to do another wave, which is not at all sure. We'll see what each commander decides. Mayhem. But first, retaliation, folks, before we get to the next wave. And there will be no healing for the Rust Brothers this time. You have nixed that. Your little attack there, you dealt with the healers. They are not in the play anymore.
If the new Baron's now the leader, I don't think he's going to let them withdraw.
I mean, you have a point. Cartorta will not be able to roll any more dice this fight. He can speak... but he cannot roll dice. It's entirely possible that the little Baron will take rash decisions when Cartorta is not standing up anymore. But first, let's do the retaliation thing. Let's see how much damage you've taken, all of you, in this fight. Remember how much risk you took, and roll 6 plus that.
Right.
In base. Should I do the attack roll instead? Because I mean,
I think that might be a good idea.
yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Soren has already done it. Brenner has done it as well. There we go. Yeah, you're both getting hit here. Ow, Soren, my friend. Apparently you didn't do that attack unpunished. Everyone is getting hurt this time. Brenner is losing an armor point. And strength points.
Oh! Oh!
So that still doesn't even get a scratch this time.
Nice.
Frida, did you roll your armor to maybe soak some of that?
I have not rolled my armor yet.
Feel free to roll your armor. Soren is in trouble again. This is a problem. I'm sure there's like a javelin or a spear or something coming from... Oh, Frida, your chainmail is ripped up. 2 points down from that chainmail. It is now soaking only 4. It's one of those iron guards, I'm sure. They're just vicious, aren't they?
Pains in the ass.
Yep. And also that means you took how much damage? You took
2.
2 points of damage to you. Yeah. Ugh. And... Soren, how is Soren doing here? You're muted somehow? For some reason?
Am I muted?
Yeah, now you're
Now,
not.
now we can hear you.
Yep.
Alright, what type of damage is it for critical purposes?
Oh, that's a good question. It's going to be either slashing or stabbing. I can roll a D2 with 1 is slashing and the other is a puncture wound. Because it's either going to be an arrow or a sword, basically, or something like that. It's a stabbing wound.
Ooh,
Ow!
impaled, or
you're a lucky man. Yeah, let's go with the impaled shoulder there, shall we?
yeah, let's go with the shoulder. Yeah. Shoulder.
Ugh, you have.
Please don't die, Soren.
You have an arrow sticking out of your shoulder, and it hurts like a rust, maybe. Painful it is. You are out of this fight. and cannot continue unless Celestial can heal you, which of course he can. If he has any willpower points left, I don't know.
Oh, I've got willpower points left. I pulled back because it's like, surely this is enough.
I will kind of pull back and like get them. We did our job. We took out their healers.
Yep.
I'll live. Focus your energy on winning this fight.
Is Celestial gonna do a heal here?
Just for him or for everyone?
Yeah, for him.
I'm good. If you've got magic that can turn the tide of the battle, now's the time to do it.
Okay. That means that we're going into a third round, I believe.
Yeah, you know what? I'll heal Soren just because, you know, we could possibly use another one of those volley checks. Sorry, buddy, you gotta get up and deal.
What strategy are we doing here, Vance?
It was a draw, so who's on offense? Is it still?
Well,
still
it's they are the attackers, right? So yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean. God,
there you go. Soren's up.
Yeah.
Total or normal defense or withdraw. That's an option too. You can. There are retreat strategies: fighting retreat, full retreat.
Frida's not done.
Frida's not done. Ugh. Yeah, you have to roll your insight there because you know you're still killing people.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because Frida is either she's
Okay.
down or they're down.
I do believe that Soren is back up, probably.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
I am
Look at
very
that.
in control.
You are very much in control.
Soren will stumble to his feet and just be like, "Let's finish this."
So Vance, what kind of strategy will you
still
take?
at your feet? Because we
Actually,
can
that
take
I
his
need
head
to know
down.
that. Like, what
Right.
happened? How did like what is the situation of the battle before I start making a decision? of what we're
Given
doing?
that it's
You don't take his head. I'm taking his head.
Yeah.
indecisive,
Maybe that's why it's indecisive because their leader is still at his feet.
not quite at his feet. I'm gonna say that they're forming a ring around him, and they're trying to get him back to, you know, the medical facilities which don't exist anymore. So he is not strictly at your feet, but if you win the battle well enough, you might capture him. That's always a possibility. You need a sizable victory.
Screw it. We're gonna have. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Are we saying total defense here for extra skill dice?
Yeah, I think.
Do we have the option to go on the offense?
Not
they're
really.
still the attackers,
No,
he
because
said.
they're still the attackers. The offensiest thing you can do is total defense, which is like furious
I get like an
defense.
extra die on it.
You get 2 skill dice for it. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So we have to decide on the side of Rust what we're doing now.
Now Cartorta is out, isn't he?
He cannot roll any dice. That's correct.
Right.
Any skill
Okay, so-
dice, like for remarkable actions and stuff like that, will come from someone else. Like, for instance, the
Yeah.
Little Baron.
Yeah. Okay,
He's
just
next
double
on my
checking on
list.
that. Oh boy. Andreas, you're being a very good sport about this.
It's okay. I know what I got into.
He's been a good sport the whole time.
Let's
You
also
are.
be honest. If you'd actually be able to cast that spell, I'd be dead. So.
Thank goodness I've
Yeah,
been
okay,
targeting him to hit
great.
with something.
Oh, done.
There we go. Okay, so we have 2 different strategies coming here. You will gain 2 skill dice on your roll there, Vance, and let's see now. They will, in fact, lose 2 skill dice because they are going for the coup de grace. If they're gonna do a Napoleon, let's see if they manage to pull that out. That might not work.
So that means I'm rolling 5 and they're rolling 2?
It depends on the remarkable actions, which comes now. Have you all decided your risk yet?
Oh, God.
Still going for 3.
No, Soren is out.
No, Soren's
No,
up.
Soren is back in. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, there we go. He might be going down again. Oh my god, this is...
Soren may have an issue with religious people.
May. May is the word.
You didn't mention that at all.
Well,
This makes up for the times I tried to talk that priest into killing himself and he never did.
I'm gonna say that the little
True.
Baron will take all the risks to protect his beloved master. So, +3 for the little
Good, I'd
Baron.
like to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling the little Baron might go down this turn.
Well, you know what? I'm in a
We
nice
need to have the
place.
little
I'm a
Baron's
bit behind
token
the
here.
lines,
We-
and I'm
we-
casting spells to contribute now, so I will actually.
Here we have the little Baron. We can.
You're taking no risks.
I'm in the back casting magic now. They have no counter spells.
The little Baron. We have him here. You can see. Yes.
So I'll,
He's a very little Baron.
I'll be a little more accurate with my posting there.
He's going to take in risks for his master. We'll see how that goes. Probably not so well, but there we go. All right, then we have the What are you doing now with the remarkable actions? Is that a commando raid to kill the little Baron? Is that what I'm hearing here?
I mean, I want to go in and finish off Cartorta. But
We
That's
finish
understandable.
Off the Baron, it makes it easier for you to finish Bertarge.
well, that's kind of where I'm thinking of. Is also I don't want to be the one directing the exceptional action. I think that it should be the PCs on this one. So
Right, so you're attacking the
So
little
is
Baron?
that a me thing then?
well,
it can
you
be-
and Soren.
Yeah, that sounds like a you thing, yeah.
Okay.
I will assist.
Okay.
I will also assist.
Okay.
I'm
Unfortunately,
helping
the
with
little Baron doesn't have too many people assisting him that are remarkable people. So
Now
that's
there
going to be a
is a
problem.
D12.
He will do a remarkable action instead of a commando raid because he's going to just try to boost the own side and defend Cartorta to his death. So I'm going to roll his combat roll and we'll see how well that goes.
How many?
He's not terrible.
What am I up to? Plus.
That was
my
not
Madden
great.
six?
That was not great, no.
You would be
I can-
adding-
Should I push this? I'm not so sure.
Who all is assisting Frida?
Who isn't?
Okay.
Wait,
Exactly.
Oh, wait, no, that's an exceptional action. So you.
Yeah, I'm gonna push the roll because this young fellow is kind of desperate to prove his worth.
A little bit better.
Yeah, that's 2 points. That's good. 2 skill points added to the Rust Brothers side, which means that you have 0 now because you had -1 for the feint you're doing. But here comes.
How many dice am I at?
I thought they were a -2, Mikhail, for fainting.
Yeah, that comes on the battle roll later on.
Yeah.
You will observe that neither
No,
side have actually.
I'm just saying that when you were saying it, you said it was only a -1. I'm just making
No,
sure.
it's a -2 for the feint. He added +2 for his. The little Baron added +2 skill dice to the Rust Brothers side, -2 for doing a feint, so that it comes out to a 0.
Yeah, but when you were listening and you said the feint was only a -1, that's the only reason I
Oh.
spoke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
a -2. Yeah, it's a -2. Yeah, that's fine.
So Frida, you should be at
A bazillion?
+7 from your risk and assistance.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't add my risk. Ah, you're right. I need to add the risk for the young man.
So.
No,
I got 4
nothing extra from his
successes.
risks.
I can
For
push that
Frida.
though,
No
because
sixes there.
yeah, you have a lot. Oh, look at that! Now Dagobert is doing so. He has 2 more successes because he's taking risks.
But he also has pushed twice, which is going to do him some damage.
Actually not. He didn't get a single one
No.
anywhere.
Oh,
I
he didn't
got-
get any ones. Yes.
Yeah, so, yeah.
You
he
absolutely
is.
could push, Jess.
It turns out this little Baron is an absolute maverick on the battlefield. He goes this, he goes there. Just that type of energy that, 17-year-olds have. And he's proving to be the Rust Brother equivalent to a Lancelot at this point. Just an orc there. Ugh, skewer them.
So should I?
Under to the next bang. But you, of course, have Maligarn.
Yeah.
4 successes to take him out, and I'm ignoring armor.
So you have... I'm going to allow this to be a duel between you and the Little Baron. With those 4 successes, you negate all of his successes. So now the Rustbirds are back at -2 for the skill dice for the battle roll. Because Frida is just plowing through the Little Baron. And you will meet him on the battlefield. So this is going to be you versus the Baron. Let's go. Let's have a quick initiative.
Go!
Slightly injured, but we'll see how this goes.
That'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh. Wait, was that your roll or my roll?
That's her initiative. That was her
That's my
initiative.
initiative.
Oh dear. That sucks for him.
Nice.
Yeah, you're first, that's for sure.
Hey,
He will, he has a large shield.
am I a D8 or a D12 artifact die?
I'm gonna be nice and count it as a D12 because there's so many people around you. They're probably busy fighting off your support, but
But it's still a battle.
Maligarn is
Oh,
in
yeah.
her element here. This is where Maligarn is the most terrifying. That's a success. I'll parry that because yeah, terrifying.
No, that didn't do you any good.
Well, a little bit of good. That is how much damage do we have now? We have 3
Still
points.
2.
2 points of damage. Yes, I will roll the armor, unless you can negate armor.
I will ignore his armor. I have 1 more willpower.
Okay, you ignore his armor. He takes 2 points of damage. Ah!
Did you add the one for when you took the point for pushing to save me?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure.
He
I've been
hurts.
using it a lot.
I know, I'm just making sure.
He hurts, and this is not the best area for him because he is a knight who should be sitting on a horse, but he is not because he dismounted to protect his lord, Cartorta. He will take a swing at you though, because definitely.
Okay, swing.
That didn't really hurt much.
I will parry with my shield.
Go ahead. Dang!
Say
Oh!
the action's there, may as well, right?
Exactly. Use your armor.
Want to push?
I'm gonna push. There's no
I'll
stealth
push it.
there, so.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
push. Good push.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you got a willpower.
Bang!
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
No.
No,
No willpower.
skulls.
No.
Oh, no skulls, right.
No skulls. Yep.
No damage, no willpower.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
keep
So
hitting.
you're hitting each other. You are managing to get through his armor and give him a good scratch. He does not the same. It's you again. He's gonna have to parry with
I mean,
his
if you
shield
had
again.
the... Do you have we have the blade too?
Or do you have extra attacks?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Then just attack him.
Yeah.
And I don't have the willpower left for it anyway.
Oh! I think Dogbert might have seen his final days here.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't push that because that's gonna hurt him. So he takes that's still 3 points of damage, right? No,
Yeah, no, 4
3
because the shield,
successes.
he took 1 on the block. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
He
he's
took
there's
3
2
though.
successes and it does 2 points of damage. So that's still
No, he still takes 3.
yeah, it's still 3 points of damage.
So 5 altogether.
Let's see if he has armor that can help him.
No.
I don't have the willpower to stop
No,
him.
I'm just saying he doesn't. Mikhail's gonna roll and it's not gonna work.
I hope so. That would be amazing.
It's the way the armor rolls have been going.
It is the way the armor rolls, but his armor is
Boogie, 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 boogie.
exactly.
Boogie, 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 boogie.
How much did I lose? All the armor on him? I guess I did. Because you just
Yeah, he's
chopped-
got no armor.
Yeah.
almost.
Okay.
He has a little bit of armor left, but
Yeah, there you go,
not
you got it.
anymore.
He broke.
I will roll his critical injury then.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. I coup de grace.
Yeah, you will be able to do that actually.
Cold-blooded. I coup de grace.
You.
No, his
Severed
leg.
leg. You chopped his
Yeah.
leg off and then just.
Boop. Ah!
And I
He
walked
falls.
back through the army, holding the Baron's head.
No, he's the Baron's leg.
He will be
I took his
dead.
head.
dead, dead, dead. That is one dead little Baron. And then we go to probably the final battle roll because, yes. So 2 base dice and 1 gear die for the humans. For the orcs. I'm sorry, for the orcs.
Yep.
And for the humans, there will be 3. It was
It's -2 for the feint, and then...
Yep. That's -2 skill. And
Yeah.
you have still 3 base dice and... No, it's 2 base dice and
two
2
base
gear
dice.
dice.
Yes.
That's what we have. So 2 base dice, -2 skill, plus 2 gear. The minuses matter because they might negate successes. So...
what was I going to say? Oh, yes, I also have +2 skill dice because of my strategy, so I'm actually rolling. So,
You do indeed. Total
Yes.
defense, right?
yep.
So yes, you do get a +2 skill dice. So you
Alright.
have 2 base dice, 2 skill dice, and 1 gear die. That's 5
Yep.
dice altogether.
Yep.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. Come on, baby.
Oh,
That's a success.
It's a success.
And if you now remember, pushing here is special.
Yeah, it would be removing the skill die.
You remove the 1 skill die that you have. You can only push this once because you only have that 1 skill die to pay. So
Yeah.
next roll will be 1 base die and 1 gear die only.
Right. Okay. Cool. So should I roll that separately then?
Please do.
You
Yeah.
got it. All right. Okay. So 1 base and 1 gear. Ah, so close.
Yep, and you cannot push more because you do not have any more skill dice to pay.
Correct. Yes.
So that is 1 success, but also
Yes.
losses on the orcish side. Let's see what happens with the human side. You have your what was we? 2 base dice, -2 skill dice, and 2 gear dice to roll.
Won't let me add the -2 skill.
yeah, it's just gonna come
If
up
you
the
put
successes.
the modifiers, you can put it in modifiers as a -2.
Oh. Like so. Off we go.
Yes.
Huzzah!
That's not so good because you have a -1 success right now.
And he has no skill dice. He can't push.
And he doesn't have skill dice, so he cannot push. That didn't work out very well at all. This means that the orcs have 2 successes. I'm gonna give them the success for the humans, right? Because of the feint. So, yeah, and that will end the combat right there. The battle will end by the orcs finally driving the humans away. Not decisively, unfortunately. You don't have enough successes. The winner suffers no additional casualties. The loser suffers 4d6 more casualties. But you will not be able to capture Cartorta in the fray. Somehow he disappears in the midst of everyone else. It is a battle. It is chaotic. Let's see how much damage each side takes here. So, on
So I have
the...
the 1 skull, so I'm going to lose something. What,
You are
okay.
going to lose 2d6 on your side, yes.
Okay.
Was there anything No, because your fate didn't work out, so...
8.
8 people down. 8 or... Yeah, 3 of them are Asleens, and 5 are orcs.
Oh, do I at least get to keep his ear?
Yes,
Please
you
let me keep his
do.
ear. Good.
You do that. And...
Good. I'm making a necklace out of this motherfucker.
And
Head.
for the human side, we have 2 plus 4, 6d6 of casualties.
Oh, they keep rolling so low on those.
Very
Wow!
mad.
Only 13.
Dodged up.
That is, yeah, exactly.
So clearly
so-
we just routed them because the Baron and the Prince were down.
Yes. Well, not even routed them. There are
Drove
going
them
to be...
back.
Yeah, there are going to be some of them there who are just alert enough to take command. Some Iron Guards who are filling in the blanks and taking command over this battle. Now, how many dice do we even have left to roll, technically speaking here? The Rustfins would have 1 base die left and 2 gear dice. For for Eldag, you have 1 base die and 1 gear die. That's it. You're down to 2 dice each if you even want to continue the fight. This is going to be afternoon by now. Yeah, the sun is getting on the sky. It's getting late, folks. I have a feeling that some people will want to sort of retreat a bit because of the whole casualties on each side.
We have to do our retaliation, right?
Yes, retaliation time. Did anyone get hurt? I mean, obviously Cartorta is not in it, so... apparently Soren gets hurt.
No, my armor works. I bought my armor from a qualified...
Brenner is hurt as well. Your armor is getting shredded there, Brenner. Frida, oh dear. Eldag. Everybody's hurt by now. Tired, hurt. The sun is coming down. You've been fighting all day.
Raynor's down.
Oh no.
It looks like I'm able to actually soak the.
Yes, you
soak the
did.
damage.
Your armor is completely
Frida
soaked
soaks
everything.
Nothing. Frida's down.
Oh no.
I guess I gotta get people up, so better roll that.
Yes, you
My
do.
One piece of,
Oh my
one piece
god.
of hope it
All the
works.
critical injuries here. I am so nervous right now.
Slasher
Oh my god.
stab. Slasher stab, kill.
Oh right. Slasher stab. Yeah, it's like before. No, not 1d20. It's a stab. Dagobert stabs you, except he doesn't, because he's dead. Pierced cheek. Ah!
Through your cheek. Oh.
That's not mortal though, is it? I don't think so.
Nope.
Oh Jesus!
Oh.
Oh,
Ruptured
fuck.
intestines, Frida. Oh my god. Oh, that's not good.
Frida
She
dies.
is
Nope.
not yet.
Not
You have
yet.
hours, dear. You have hours.
Yeah, you have hours.
Yeah.
I have a feeling though that the heroes are out of this fight at this point.
But there is a virulent 6 disease from her intestines being ruptured.
Yep.
Yep.
That's fine. Thankfully, I have Nature's Cure, and I can save cast.
Yes, yes, you can. How many hours do you have before this becomes a problem?
6 hours.
6 hours. Yeah,
Six.
that's plenty. That's plenty. Celestial and others will be able to help her, but she is out of this fight.
So she comes back with the head in her hand and
Yeah.
like clutching her intestines into her stomach.
Exactly.
Fucker got me.
It
I
must have
got
been a
it
random
better
Iron
than that
Guard
fucker
just
got me.
coming in there to avenge their leader and taking you completely off guard when you're in the heat of the moment and just
Yeah.
what? Stumbling back into the orc lines. So I looking at the time here as well, because of course the session is coming to an end. So for narrative purposes, the two armies will, after this undecided battle, sort of migrate away from each other as darkness falls, and bring their wounded to whatever attention that can be had, because of course on the Rush Brothers side there is almost nothing, and the orcs are not known for being healers.
Well,
It's gonna be a long night for me.
It's gonna be a long night for you, sir. You've had half of the group, more than half of the group, have suffered critical injuries. 3 out of 4 in this mayhem against the Rust Brothers, but you have hurt the Rust Brothers. Like, half of their army is on the ground, bleeding, wounded, not able to proceed. The orcs have suffered as well, intensely,
On the
but
ground, bleeding.
not nearly as much though. You still have like
Got a
you
mirror.
you started with about 50 orc warriors. You still have a good 2/3 left of that. The Asleens though have lost
they
more
got
than
fucked.
yeah
Sorry,
they've lost more than
Rocksmith.
half their riders in this bloody battle. I don't know if Captain Usao is among the fallen or not, because I haven't kept track of her today. Usai, she might be among the fallen. Seems like it, given how grievous losses they've taken. And as we wrap this up tonight, a great thank you to Vance and Andreas for showing up and doing the thing with the leaders. Round 2, which I don't know if we capture that in an epilogue. That
Yes,
first
we did.
one we did.
We
Yes.
had it in an
So
epilogue.
our audience will be well familiar with these two champions of Rust and Orcs, respectively. But this is the first time for the good players to have met them. Finally, the Orcs have migrated after what, more than a year, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, a year and a half. They
Yeah.
meet, and we will see what tomorrow brings for these two armies as they basically, patch up their wounds and consider their options. For any potential audience now or in the future, thank you for watching. And we'll see you, I think, in 2 weeks. Is there anything happening in 2 weeks that would not let us get back together with the adventurers? I can't remember my holiday season anymore.
That's
Fifth.
It's the
12. Yeah,
the
the 12th, I
fifth.
think. Is
No, 2 weeks is the 5th.
yeah the 2 weeks left
Yeah.
is the
We
5th.
should still be fine.
We should still be fine. Yeah, okay. So we will reconvene and see what happens to these intrepid adventurers who now really have to patch themselves up in various ways.
Hang
All
on
right.
for one more day.
Indeed. That was brutal.
I was so close to being able to use my bow again, and now I've got another week.
I was looking at it like,
See
oh
that
man,
too.
you were so close to using the bow.
Yeah.
Those slings are worth their weight in gold. Nothing.
I can
I need
say
new
as a
chainmail
final piece here before we close it down, there will be word coming in from Snaga Orcs. The Rust brothers are gaining reinforcements from Hagler's house. They are marching, and it's a lot. So you might want to get out of here with
On
the
the
army.
bright side, we know an orcish stronghold that we could bring someone with us.
This is true. So there we go. On that cliffhanger, we end. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Have
Thanks,
a good
everyone.
night.
Good night.
Let's burn that field before we go, though, so they don't get any of the dead to raise.
There you go. Nice seeing you, Vance.
Yeah, you
Seeing
too,
you
man.
guys.
Seeing you
Nice to meet you,
everybody.
Andreas.
Nice meeting you, Andreas. Have a
Who
good
joined
night,
us all
folks.
the way from Sweden. I just have to point this out. The bravery
Yes,
of this man for
awesome.
staying up.
Champion.
It's
Oh, wow.
late
Very
there
cool.
now.
Very cool.
Wow,
It is
champion.
4 a.m. over there. What is it, 4 a.m.? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Andreas, for doing
Thank you
that.
for having me. This was awesome.
Yes.
Sorry for taking over the entire episode.
No, the minute we
It's
both
all
showed
good.
up, we knew it was just going to be about us. It was just going to be like, yeah.
To be fair, I could have just went, oh, that's the prince? Yeah, no, they've got way too many forces, guys. We gotta go.
We're on.
There were two ways to do that. Either you run away or this.
Yep.
Honestly, my